Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Campfire Stories RPG. Um, Only one announcement to get through before we start today's festivities. The very first episode of PTU: A Mythical World just recently dropped on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So if you guys were not privy to watching that live, go and check that out. It is being hosted by our very own Piper themselves, Dawn. And it was so much fun. The little in-between sort of catching sessions that we have are going to be uploaded as mini episodes. 0.5s, if you will, because they're not streamed, so I just sort of record them onto the side and throw them up on YouTube. So, that means every Sunday is going to not only be a stream, but is also going to be an upload day. So, whatever stream you're seeing, you're also going to get an uploaded episode of whatever you're not seeing, essentially. If it's Defendus, you're going to get a PTU episode. If it's PTU, you're going to get a Defendus episode. And then somewhere in the middle, you're going to get the adventures of us catching Pokemon. Spoilers, sometimes not the ones that we want to catch, but the ones that we're meant to have. That being said, I believe that's the only little piece of admin before we begin, except for the fact that Raven is in our chat, apparently losing his fucking mind.
It's not normal.
Why am I not surprised?
Raven, you're not allowed to play Hitman anymore. Like, this is... You're...
No, if you want Raven to truly be tortured, tell Raven he's not allowed to play Satisfactory anymore.
He really shouldn't. The man has a bum shoulder. Stop playing games that require shoulder movement. But... Oh, what's up, Stabby?
Dinner's being served.
And with dinner being served, we shall sit around the firelight as we tell our story. I played it for 6 hours today. What is wrong? What is your
Raven!
malfunction, my guy?
6 hours? That's it? That's doob numbers.
No.
In our last session, the party made their way back to Defendus Academy after the Mimic House had fallen over two of our heroes, making one suffer grievous wounds and the other's armor absolutely shredded to bits. With a giggle and a bunch of new items at their behest, they trekked back to Defendus Academy to once again face the realities that the school was coming to, that being the gathering of influence that is set to take place between the major leaders of several key areas very close by to Defendus. But this wasn't the only thing to keep in mind. You see, there was a bit of a study date that needed to take place between Piper and Amelia, which started off amicably. There was a little bit of a hints of attraction and maybe testing the waters of what people were comfortable with, and ended up actually being a very wholesome revealing of each other's past histories and the traumas that come with that. When Amelia had figured out that Piper had decided to go down the Guardian route, Amelia, who had taken some Guardian classes, decided to take Piper out to the training facility in the House of Tamashi and start sparring with them, and that is kind of sort of how they ended their night. Our resident recently renamed Bob wrote in their journal to once again be greeted by the voice of their brother. Unfortunately, only once per the day. but can still go back and reread those messages, hearing his voice for the first time in so long. Calathea got a phone call, a very, very unexpected phone call from her brother, the leader of the United Republic within the Capital Territories, Rosanek Swiftbeard, who, in his best way, tried to sort of smooth out relations, as he would realize he's going to be there, the names will be recognized, and most likely he will come face to face with his sister once again. Alex, in an attempt to further understand the cryptic messages that were being sent by her mother via email, took to researching the fairy tales book that they ran out of the Mimic House with, to discover that the fairy tales were historical in terms of being behind the veil, with some light pepperings to make the stories more digestible for children in front of the veil. It was then that they noticed a pair of eyes watching them from outside. And as quick as ever a tracker that a ranger is, absolutely just zoomed out of the window and fled in hot pursuit of their overseer, as it were, throwing their returning blade in just an attempt to hit them with the ranger's sort of tracker ability, ending up critting and dealing a decent fucking amount of damage. But in the end of the day, allowing this person to escape. They fled into the night using the rogue's ability that they recognized from their classes to disappear and travel between shadows. It wasn't a smart exit, however, as the last thing we see before our session ended was a Miss Abra. Was it Miss Abra or Miss Blue Spark? I think it was Miss Blue Spark.
Blue Spark.
Yes. Miss Adriana Blue Spark, who had been turned to stone.
That's not good.
We come back up to our scene. Alex, you are just sort of catching your breath as the adrenaline begins to die down. You had thrown your weapon very, very hard in just an attempt to get this person. And you can feel your tracker ability stick.
Oh, goddamn. Yes.
Now, you're very aware that your abilities reset on a long rest.
Yes.
So, you talked with me about something off-screen that is going to be very interesting to see how that works out for
what this
you.
is, but sure.
Well, you had mentioned not taking a long rest.
Oh, that, yes.
And being able to hold on to that, which I have agreed to. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then,
Sorry.
dang it.
Sorry.
Now you're Dawn, and Dawn is you.
I don't mean to. I'm watching the dogs right now.
Fair.
It's chaos. Yes.
However, at the moment, you find yourself in a dark forest clearing with a stone statue of the teacher you thought had just sort of taken a temporary sabbatical.
Mhm.
What is it that you do in this situation?
Probably stare at this for a minute. Is there any way to tell if this was like recently done or like oh wait, when did that email come in from my mom? Please
That
start.
email came in from your mom maybe about a day or two prior. You've been pretty good about checking up on your emails recently.
Mhm.
Especially after the emails from your mom had gotten weirder.
Mhm.
This was maybe like a day ago.
Okay. So this is recent.
This is very recent.
Take them.
You just close them in.
Sorry.
You're good.
Okay, so looking at this, realizing that this is not that this is recent, but not like crazy recent. Obviously, thinking to myself, the teachers already know about this. At least my mom does. Assuming that she was in charge of making these emails, and it wasn't like like she wasn't writing these emails as someone else. Oh my god, these dogs are driving me insane right now.
Thus is the weakness of puppers.
Yes, girls. Kira, give me 3 minutes to figure this out. I'll be right back.
Okay. In the meantime, I suppose let's ask what everybody else, what their downtime activities are going to be as they take a long rest.
I'm going to be repairing my armor. All of it.
Perfect.
preparing.
You know what? This is not going to count towards, like, hope or fear, but I am going to just get a finesse check from you. Because this is an armor with 0 repair slots left and, like, has been spaghettified. So, let's see if this is even repairable for you.
I need to roll both dice, right?
Yes, please.
That is a 16.
A 16. I will say that at the moment, you can repair half of the armor slots in it. Even with a long rest, this is pretty battered. If you choose to take both of your downtime actions to repair your armor, then I'll say that you can get to full.
I'll do both. I was going to do prepare for the other one, but that works.
Okay. So yeah, you decide to put all of your effort into this as you're realizing, like, oh, I should probably repair my armor.
But that would have been with fear if we counted hope or fear.
Yeah, well, luckily we didn't, because the fear
that was
at this
17.
point is
That
like,
was
this thing
actually
looks like a...
17.
This thing looks like
I forgot to add the 1. I forgot to add the 1. It is a 17 out of 16.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you would have had the fear aspect of this, it would have been looking at this as like, might as well be a cocktail dress at this point. Like, you'd have to go and find bits of leather to replace what had been destroyed. But luckily you are able to do so with the amount of time that you're taking, and you have a good enough dexterity, with your hands that you're able to get this repaired. Piper, what are you doing?
Also gonna repair my armor. My armor luckily didn't get completely shredded. As in
Yep.
I did not use any spots. So yeah. I'm currently trying to decide what to do for my second thing, because usually if I prepare, I do it as a duo to get most out of it. Or I could just work on the project that I had in mind, the new project.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking at. I just need to come back to me for the second one.
Perfect. Go ahead, Calathea.
Hello.
What downtime activities have you chosen for your long rest?
Where are they again?
Because keep in mind that healing your hit points is also a downtime action, so if you don't take that, you don't get any of your hit points back. I mean, obviously, this is not really towards Calathea, because Calathea just straight up doesn't get hit.
I was gonna joke what lost hit points. But I will definitely do probably a clear stress and prepare.
Sounds good. Is there anybody that you go to help you prepare, or do you just sort of prepare on your own?
Well, seeing how she has been taking some personal time in the arts room, doing her little side project that I texted you earlier, or last session.
Yep.
It's probably going to be a much solo time.
Okay. Yeah, 100%, so you will be able to start with an extra hope at the beginning of the next day.
I'd also like to.
And we'll come back to Alex, now that you are here and not currently being bombarded with dogs.
Yeah, even though I technically still am. They're just chilling. They're finally chill.
They're slightly chill.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yes, so I see Blue Spark. I think to myself, okay, the teachers must know about this, otherwise my mom wouldn't have emailed us unless someone emailed the school in her place, which I can't imagine would have happened, but is certainly a possibility. How far out from the school am I?
Give or take about 90 to 100 feet out. Nothing you said came through there.
So not far, like super close.
Yeah, you're pretty decent out. Like in the game's terms, you would be considered far, but like you could get back there walking.
It just feels like, okay, what kind of pose does she look like she's in?
It's almost like a sleeping pose. So it's almost like sleep had been either induced before the stone turning, or this happened while she was asleep, just naturally.
Okay. How big is she?
Miss Blue Spark, who I believe
Can I take her?
She is the Inferis teacher. So she is about your height, maybe a little bit more. Give me a strength roll.
Put it over here. Can't add. 6 and 8 plus nothing.
14. You could, it would, with hope or with fear?
Oh, that is with fear.
You could, it would take a lot out of you physically. And it would take a while. But you could, especially sort of choosing where to go. You could go to one of the house dorms, like, House Karada is close by. It's sort of on the left-hand side of the castle. If you decided to go straight in, like, through the front door, it'd probably be a little bit longer, but it would also give you the most amount of authorities that you could contact.
Okay, so I'm gonna take off my jacket. I'm gonna lay it on the ground and try to roll her onto it so I can drag her away. And do
Yep.
it that way. And I'll take her over to Oscarado.
Okay. You take her to the outside of House Karad. I'm gonna have you mark a stress.
Okay.
In order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
House.
Actually.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay. House Karada is the house of body, and so this is very much a place to sort of train your body in multiple different ways. There is a nearby waterfall that people do endurance training under. There is thin strands of wood that people practice balance on. It's very sort of Japanese dojo meets American like gym.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a set of wooden double doors before going into the dorms proper.
Okay, I assume no, fuck knocking. I'm just gonna go in.
Okay, so it is nighttime. The door is locked.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Fine, I'll fucking knock.
You knock. Let's see how lucky you get.
They hope they hear like a boom, and then.
I feel like that's more like you opening trying to open the doors, failing, and then just head. Let's see how lucky you get. Above average. Let's take a look. Do.
Oh, that's my dorm. Shit.
House Karada is actually.
That's a good point.
Calathea, go ahead and give me an instinct roll with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. That's a minus D6.
Correct.
It's a who's there row. She said, knock, knock, who's there?
Okay, those are D12s. And with instinct. Curse you, disadvantaged. 6.
6. You know the importance of a good night's sleep, and so you're definitely not wasting any hours on what could just be somebody training right now.
That gym bro just dropped the weights. God damn it, again.
The noise you actually hear, the person that responds to you, Alex, is actually not inside the building. From one of the training centers on the side, you hear a woman's voice go, can we help you?
I'm like huffing and puffing. And I just point.
What looks like someone who was just sort of moving. You ever see people who lift and flip tires?
Mm-hmm.
There is someone doing that in the dead of night.
Yeah, it tracks.
She walks over to you. This girl has a bright, this is the only distinctive thing that you notice from the darkness. A bright pink, mohawk.
Okay.
Sleeveless vest, um, sort of a binder around the midsection. You recognize... Well, were you at the tryouts?
Yeah.
You were at the tryouts.
Mhm.
You would recognize this as the girl who was teaming with Reed against Amelia and Kasha.
For reference, Alex was there, Alexa was not. So,
Yes.
but gotcha. Okay.
So this was the one on the ground fighting with Kasha, while Reed was in the air fighting Amelia.
Got it.
And she just kind of goes over, the fuck are you doing in the middle of the night?
Just, I just probably look a little, like, can we not do this right now? Like, please.
She's like, hey, you need some water? Or... Okay.
Jake's head.
Yeah, take some time to... What the fuck? And just kind of looks down at this stone statue. Reaches, like, in her pocket and clicks a flashlight. Or actually, just, like, takes out her phone and uses the flashlight on that. And it's like...
Yeah.
Interesting little art project of yours?
I look like I'm looking around for a fucking teacher right now. Like, not needing a conversation.
She's like, I don't know who you're looking for. Sir Sharudo doesn't... Like, he's the head of our house, but he doesn't live here.
She looks like she knows, but, like, I need somebody to help me right now. I need to get this...
Okay.
Guys, I love not being able to talk. It makes situations like this really hard.
She
and
just
it's
kind of,
really
like,
fun.
looks at you and goes, oh, okay. I'm sorta... you've kind of put me in this now, so... How can I help? Did you do this? Okay.
Just does like a hand motion of like, I found her like this.
Okay. We need to get a teacher.
Yes.
Where could you point to where this was?
Just points over. I think it was at the Tenebrae, right?
It was just like one of the nearby forests, like not one of the big ones. Okay. They just fled into the forest.
Random. Yeah. They went past this statue, right?
Yes.
As I'm pointing back over there, just kind of having this moment of, they went past this as in they were probably also coming from there. As in they probably, like, knowing at this point too, having an inkling that they were the one who caused this, but that they probably just recently did this. Possibly on their way.
There is a possibility, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see she goes, oh, okay. There's a phone. There's a phone inside the house. Let's see if any of the teachers are awake. There has to be, right? There has to be teachers patrolling just in case students are out and about.
Stops her at that, and points to Blue Spark, as in this was probably a teacher who was patrolling about.
Fuck. Yep, okay. Valid. But they can't just have one teacher patrolling. It's a big-ass castle.
Would I know, like, how much security we really have, like, going on at night normally?
There's arcane surveillance, for sure.
Sure.
Places that are locked are usually not only locked, but also trapped. Not in a way that would do damage, but in a way that would either hold the perpetrator there until a teacher could find them,
Yeah.
or mark the target enough that they would not be able to, you know, hide that.
Sure.
And then there are more interesting traps the more you get to the armory, the magic items area, Principal Defendus's personal office.
Yeah. The more I'm thinking about this, the more like the more Alex is thinking about this, the more she's like places that we could go right now or people that we could talk to. She's right. Like at this, just kind of waves this girl off. Do I know her name?
Due
If
to
not, it's
your
okay.
like lack of social awareness and care about
Yeah,
most
probably
people,
very
probably
well.
not.
Yeah. Wouldn't give a
You
shit.
just recognize the neon pink mohawk from
That's
tryouts,
all I need.
so you
yeah.
can put two and two together that she's part of the Dragon Turtles, but that's about
Good
it.
point. Calithea, have I been to your room?
Probably not. No one's ever done sleepovers at Calithea's place.
No, but I would know that she lives here.
Yes, you would know that Calithea's house Karada for sure.
Is there like, okay, Madam DM, how do people have their names on their doors? This is a school. Do they have like cute little door hanger things? Or are they just not? Is there like a directory of some sort that I could see? I could find.
I would assume that there are basic nameplates on students' doors, unless Calithea replaced it or removed it. Would you have done that, Calithea?
You know, Calithea, you could have easily replaced it with some name that doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, it's true, but I think she would at least have her first name. Faces, at least.
Okay.
On the door, but also if you ask this random pink mohawk individual,
you know,
she wouldn't know exactly where her captain is.
Definitely crossed my mind. You know what else crossed my mind? How the fuck to ask her that?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
If I could just say, "Hey, where's Calithea?" Okay, so just kind of walking. I'm gonna kind of wave. I'm still dragging her. I'm gonna drag her more inside, like maybe to like wherever the foyer.
Yeah,
like,
she's gonna unlock the doors, kind of open it up, and she's like, "Yeah, bring her in." Okay, this is. I just wanted to flip some fucking tires, man.
Yeah, just kind of points and says, "You could have a workout like I just did. Probably just as fucking good."
You notice that, like, when she helps you move, it does go significantly faster.
Yes. So,
and then she like shuts the doors. I could use the phone and see. I could just call random teachers and see what happens.
Do it.
So she heads over to the phone and is going to start dialing different teachers. Do you have something you do in the meantime?
Yes, as that's happening, I have a couple options. I could. Alex is thinking there's like three things that she could do. She could either go to like the medical area that there is like a doctor. I'm thinking like a Madame Pomfrey style thing.
Correct.
Then I'm other option, go to Mom. Third option, go to Defendus. Like, so many fucking options right now. But getting the fuck out of here and going and finding someone and just running over there. I feel like Mom is probably the first thought, and that's what I'm gonna go do, I think. So I'm gonna just bolt over, try to get over to Mom.
Do you decide to wake or try to wake Calithea before that ends up happening?
Do I know? Have I found her room?
If you're doing like a quick search,
I'm gonna roll my own little luck check to see if I.
Yeah,
find
go
her.
for it.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I
What did you get on your luck check?
really good. I can't count. 22 just on a random luck check with fear. Fitting.
Okay. Yes, so there are two names that stand out to you. Actually, there would be three names that would
Mhm.
stand out to you as part of House Karada. That being Calathea's, which you notice that the nameplate on Calathea's has been expertly sawed to remove the last name.
Ooh, that's cute. Uh-huh.
You see Reed Pier, who is also House Karada. You also see
Yep.
Rockterra Lalasa is part
Ooh.
of House Karada.
Tara, that's interesting. Good to know. Man, the amount of note pages I have. I think, Kira, this is the campaign we've played the most, where I have the most, like, trying to organize my fucking notes.
I
Oh,
accidentally
I
to school, and schools have a lot of people.
They have a lot of people and a lot of places, and it's pretty great.
Yes.
My notes for Calathea just say Calathea Swiftbeat, Buff Fairy.
Honestly,
you're not wrong.
not wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna just do I wake up the fucking whole house? I'm gonna knock on Calathea's door just because I think that's the best solution right now.
Calathea, I will
Just
give
start-
you another instinct check. I'm gonna say without disadvantage because they are right outside your door.
Banging on this door.
I'm also gonna roll another check here. Okay.
11.
11, and with a 19, because there is somebody else in your dorm room right now, if you remember, you
Yep.
are harboring a
Is he?
guest.
Excuse me?
And so she actually wakes up before you. But you do notice both the knock and Aubrey
Oh,
getting
it's
up.
a bang. It's a
And she's like, what the fuck? Reaches, you gave her back her wand, right, Alex?
nope.
You didn't give her back her wand. Neat. So she is, like, searching and is like, and, like, holds her own hand out like a finger gun.
Facts. Yeah, no, I still have it.
And she's like, oh, and looks over to you, Calathea, as you begin to wake up.
What? What's going on?
Does not answer anything, just continues banging.
Oh, okay. I'll get up. I'll walk to the door.
Aubrey is just going to kind of, like, lean up against the wall adjacent to the door, just, like, holding, like, a sense of, like, an arcane magic in her hand.
I stop. I kind of reach over, grab her hand, and lower it before opening the door. Oh,
Huffing and puffing, Alex at the door.
Alex.
A very clearly, like, sweating, out of breath.
Uh-huh. No jacket. I don't know if you've ever seen her arms.
Calathea probably goes from the somewhat groggy state to all of a sudden snaps into like a serious, like, okay, what's wrong? Like, Alex is here. This is not supposed to be. There's something wrong.
Point.
Okay. Doesn't even think. She just follows you out.
You catch Aubrey's head just, like, peek around. You need me?
You can rest. Go back to sleep. It's fine.
Kind of like
Clunk.
I don't know how, with all due respect, I don't know how helpful you're gonna be in this moment, Faith.
I just look at Alex, look at Aubrey. I just close like everything's fine. Go back to sleep. They shut the door.
And you just, she's like, okay, maybe this is normal.
What time is it, Kira?
You're looking at around 1-2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, like it's still pretty dark.
Sweet.
Calathea, you are brought over into the main foyer. You recognize Zimmy, by the way.
Zimmy?
Zimmy. You
Zed.
assume, yeah, bitch, Zed. Fucking Americans. You assume
agree with that hit.
you assume it's an abbreviation of something longer, but you've never asked. As part of your Defendus Dragon Turtles. And she goes, "Hey, Captain! We have an issue."
I take a look.
And you definitely see what seems to be a stone statue of Miss Adriana Bluespark, the sorcerer and wizard class teacher.
Take a look at Zimmy. He's like, have you got a hold of someone yet?
I have. Professor Montgomery's on his way.
Good. Stay here. Alex, you need to go somewhere. Right. You deal with this. I'm heading with Alex too.
I deal with this. I have basic information on this.
Grabs by shoulders.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Just like, chill. First of all, chill. We're both gonna chill. And then...
Okay.
Remember your breathing techniques. Remain calm. We'll figure this out.
Damn, I wanna...
You can actually feel, as you have your hand on her shoulders, like her muscles relax. And this girl is built. Like, you're just like, relax. And also, okay.
This is pretty great.
Yeah, you're looking at total, like, punk rock muscle mommy.
I'm here for it.
And she just kind of closes her eyes and... Okay. Where are you guys going? Do I get to know?
Just doesn't even say anything. Obviously, runs off. Just
have a plan.
Looks at Calathea and just says, "Let's follow me." The Norn.
Yeah, there's now. It's like work in progress. You have my number.
It's true.
Yeah,
Cell phones exist.
for sure. And you two head out. I'm guessing you are... Are you heading towards, like, the front door, or do you plan on just crashing through your mom's window or something?
I feel like that tracks. That's something I feel like I would do in this situation. I just came out of a window. Time to go into one.
You also realize that this would require climbing and probably breaking into your mom's window.
You don't need to climb.
It seems a little excessive. I feel like a front door.
You don't need to climb. You got a buff fairy.
Good point. You could go knock on her window at least.
Both go knock on the window.
Yeah, let's take a look and see. Alright. Uneventful journey over. As you are kind of beneath the window, and about 3 stories up is your mother's resting place. You also know that she would probably be awake by now because she doesn't need to sleep as much.
Yeah.
Calathea, do you fly up to the window?
I mean, if that is what
I'll
suggest
point
to
up
do.
there and be like, just go like, I'll do this. I'll be like, like little finger knocks, because I am not small.
Yeah, she does that. I go to the window. Yeah, I just. All right. Unfurls the wings, flies up.
Curtains are drawn, but you go up to what you believe to be the window that Alex is pointing to, and sort of tippy tap on it, and you can see the windows, the blinds open slightly before.
Probably drinking tea or something. It's normal.
There's a moment before the blinds are opened. Miss Everlock sort of stands there, very sort of casual clothing on, and sort of unlocks the window. Miss Swiftbead, I have a door. Is something the matter?
Yes. And I kind of motion down.
Puffing, Alex.
Right. Okay. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Can I say that, like, Blue Spark was, like, wearing something that would be obvious for me to show Mom? Like, hey, found this.
Everything
No,
that Blue Spark was
my phone.
wearing is stone.
It's stone. Yeah, that's
I
what
pull
I
out my
was
phone and I don't know, fantasy FaceTime Zemi.
There you go, fantasy FaceTime.
You fantasy
Perfect.
FaceTime Zenny, and you see she's like, got it up. Hey, Captain, Mr. Montgomery is here, about our little
Good,
issue.
put Montgomery on.
Oh, sure, sir. And you are.
And I just hand the phone over to.
This is such a fun way.
You are greeted with, actually a very well, like a full body shot of Mr. Montgomery. You assume the phone is being held by his tail.
He's got his own little selfie stick.
Basically, yeah. The face of your Simia teacher, Miss Swiftbead. What is going on here?
Good question, sir. I'm going to pass you over to. And I just
Yeah,
put it over.
it's like, Miss Everlock. And you can see her looking.
I just turn around and just hold it in front of her. It's like,
Professor, what seems to be the issue? I'm wondering the same thing myself, Miss Everlock. I was called over here to Heskerada, to find a stone statue of Miss Bluespark. And you just see, there's a moment of just sort of Miss Everlock just looking at the phone with a concern on her face. Is this... Do you believe this to be her, or some sort of recreation? Some sort of animated... And he goes, difficult to tell at the moment. Arcane arts are not exactly my specialty, but maybe we could get you down here.
your daughter's actually the one that found it. Woke me up. Alex, is that Blue Spark, or is that
It gives you a nod and a shrug. Like, I assume.
He found her that way. Not sure if it's either. Not sure.
And you just hear, from the other side, sorry, Patricia, did I hear correctly that it was Alex that found Miss Bluespark? Whereabouts? I wouldn't, give me a quick second, and, I will meet them downstairs. It takes a couple of minutes. Obviously, she hands you back your phone. It takes a couple of minutes, but Miss Everlock does join you. And is like, okay, should we head to House Karada?
Not.
You go back over and kind of give your account of what happened. Do you give a full account? Do you omit any details?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah. This is where things are complicated.
Yes, he's going to get a written statement from you for multiple reasons.
Okay.
So what I'm wanting to know is, are there any details that you are leaving out?
Yeah, I don't say anything about the person that I saw, or the eyes that I.
Do you
Nothing
what
about
what
that.
reason do you
Just
give for
Um,
you being out in the forest at night?
I go in the forest all the time. This is normal. I would be in the forest.
I would say that
Maybe
that
not
is
this
true if you were in Tenebrae.
Right. This is just some random.
This is just some random forest. If you want to kind of just leave it as like, oh, I was...
It's just vague, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that I
Go ahead and
I don't
give me a
even-
presence roll.
I can't count. 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Go ahead and
Oh,
grab
I'm
it.
sorry. I have it. I forget. -1. 13.
13. With hope still, so go ahead and grab your hope point. And... you see that your mom is like, they do this a lot, actually. It's harmless, but I mean, good thing that they were out here, because otherwise we would not have seen this.
Looks over at mom as like, gives her a there's more to it look. Very faint, but she knows my look. Like, there's more to it that I'm...
Yeah, she looks at you very briefly and assumes more of like a professional stance, but enough of a look that recognizes what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mr. Montgomery kind of looks back between the two of you and is like, very well. If we may, Patricia, would you mind helping me with Miss Bluespark here? We can bring her to our arcane laboratories and sort of run some tests. I don't want to make any rash decisions if this is, in fact, a petrified Adriana. And she goes, yeah, for sure. Do you mind, Zemi, helping me out here? And she's just like, yeah, I can lift her. And she goes, I will help you to balance this out. And all three of them start sort of heading off in the direction of the castle.
Can I have mom hang back?
She kind of is like, I can't for too much longer. I'm helping sort of stabilize Miss Bluespark here. What is going on?
Just kind of making, first of all, noting in my head this, like, ping that I have at this thing.
Yes, so that is something that you have to have an active look on. The tracker dart is there, but you essentially have to look at the radar to use it, if you would. It's in your
there's an
brain.
actual... Yeah. Like, actively think about said ping.
Yes.
You're saying? Okay. Yeah. Because just kind of thinking about it, like not even actively wanting to find anything, just thinking about it. And just like nodding over to the forest where I like nodding over to that point, but nodding to the saying I want her to come check out the forest with me, but I can't obviously say that.
She goes, it may have to wait, perhaps until tomorrow night.
I can help with Mrs. Blue Spark if you want to go.
She's magically stabilizing her, is my understanding.
Yes,
Oh,
so
magic
making it so
stabilization.
that this isn't just a strength-based thing.
Right.
Um,
But maybe I can possibly. I'll let her go.
yeah,
and I'll
let's
look at Calisthea.
get her safe and get some sort of detect magic abilities starting, and then we'll follow up tomorrow.
Nods.
She looks at you with a tinge of concern. There is a look of like, oh, you're in the shit now. But
Is there a she knew more about this than she was letting on? Look.
give me an instinct roll.
'Cause I want to know if she did this or if she knew about it and that's why she was really bad. 9 with fear.
You knew that she knew about her taking time off.
Right.
So the last piece of information that came out was technically from her. This could have been reported to her from Defendus. This could have been reported by another teacher. And your mom is just the one to get it out to everybody. It's really difficult to ascertain. And at the moment, your mom's look of concern... You've seen a look of concern for your antics in the past.
Yeah.
You have no reason to believe this is any different. Also, Wendon, hello, welcome to the stream.
There's as she's kind of walking away, and Calisthea, maybe you want to roll to see if you can spot this, but Alex just looks really frustrated. Just frustrated. That's all. Kind of looks up at Calisthea. Breathes again. Just kind of starts shrugging off to head back over to Shinzo.
You head back to your house, and Calisthea, as you're sort of making your way back to your room, you can see a number of doors that are slightly ajar as the commotion of this has woken up several other students, and they are just doing the student thing where they're like just paying enough attention to see what the hell. You head back to your room and you realize that Aubrey has not fallen back asleep. She's trying for the life of her, but is sort of freaked out. When she sees you come in, though, she's like, everything good?
Yes.
I love the confidence on that.
Oh, it was just exhaustion from one of our students. That's fine. Sometimes they get a little overzealous in the training.
I mean, a lot of people are training here quite a bit.
Yeah, one of the students, or one of my team members passed out, so it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, well, I'm glad they're doing better. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yes.
Is there anything that is done before you turn in for the night? Either of you.
Not turn in for the night. That's what I'm gonna do. So your Calithay, you go first. I'm gonna think up of what the fuck I'm gonna do in the meantime.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. Was there ever exchanges of like contact information between us?
You and I?
Yeah.
Probably. I would think so at this point.
I, mean,
I would
yeah,
assume
there-
even if
isn't
there
there
wasn't,
also-
that you would have exchanged
there's-
numbers at the end of this.
Probably. Sure.
somewhere in our adventures, I guess.
I'll have taken your phone number and just sent you an emoji with a thumbs up on it. That's it.
Which,
I like to think, Kira, that she doesn't really write. Even when people like are asking for her side of the story, it's like the stupidest fucking drawings.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did recall it was at an 18 on that instinct earlier for noticing Alex's.
You can tell. Yeah, let me see how well she hides that. Hang on.
Yeah, this would be a presence roll on your part.
real bad. That's fine. You can tell that she looks like she was really hoping, not even necessarily hoping, but almost expecting a different reaction from her mother about this, and then kind of shrugging it off.
Fair enough. I would say probably you would get a text asking if everything is alright, that she noticed something.
Sends back a window emoji and an eyeball emoji. Like the two eyeballs.
I like how she doesn't even text with words.
Exactly.
I'll call it there for the night, and I will ask you this, Alex. How many hope points do you currently have?
I'm actually shockingly full on my hope points right now.
Okay. Which is really, really good.
Yes.
The next day comes, and very obviously you've chosen not to sleep so that you can keep this sort of ranger tracker dart thing going.
Yes.
You can choose to short rest downtime activities, because short rest doesn't require you to sleep. However, I will say this. Until your next long rest, you cannot gain hope points.
Oh, fuck. Just entirely?
Just
At
entirely.
all? It's not even like, oh, fudge.
You are... If we are to quantify what hope points are in this, it is an extra use of your energy. And a lot of your energy is keeping you awake right now.
Yes. Can I offer an extraneous suggestion, Madam DM?
You may.
Because I like this idea. But that's gonna, like, seriously hinder me. And if this is only one night without sleep, is that... Like, so what I'm wondering is perhaps, and you can absolutely nix me, things that cost certain hope points now cost an extra hope point.
Okay.
And then with each night that I don't sleep, it increases another hope point.
I think that is... I think that's good. So, your hope point abilities will cost essentially one extra. If it gets to 4 nights, it will start to have an effect on your body that is like medical.
Like stress points or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'm here for it. Sweet. Oh my god. This is gonna be rough, y'all.
You are all greeted with an immediate summons to Principal Defendus's office.
And did you see my DM?
Oh,
Oh, me. Did you say to me or to her? No, to not me.
probably me. Was probably the project is okay. Perfect.
Just telling you that because it never looped back to me because I was still decided on the second
Oh, that's
long
right.
rest activity for Piper. So yeah, I was just DMing you what Piper's second one was.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
So your project is starting to be worked on now.
Yeah, not the musical because that will only be worked on with Sonata and stuff, but obviously the other projects I have for Piper.
Yes. And obviously, like, you have library books that are checked out, and you can very easily go through this. Is there anything that any of you want to do before heading there? The missives basically say, like, at your earliest convenience.
First of all, short rest downtimes. That's just like, I forget how that works and I don't remember how to find it.
Preparation works the exact same. Can't work on a project, and I believe you can repair, clear stress, and heal as well, but it's a roll?
There it is, downtime. Yeah. Okay, short rest, tend to wounds, clear stress, repair armor, prepare. Thank you.
Yes.
I shall do one of those things, I assume.
I believe you still get 2?
Oh, sweet.
They're just not as good.
That's perfectly fine. Okay. Cool. I'll work that out. During the night, I will have been thoroughly reading this fairy tale book, looking over emails from Mom, trying to see if I can decipher anything about that, and Kira, I imagine this ping as like an audible ping, almost like a ringing in my ear, but it's in my head.
Yeah, it's almost like a submarine sonar of like a
Yeah. And it's really fucking obnoxious, and it's gonna drive me nuts, and I'm so here for it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can
So I'm just
obviously
gonna
mentally focus in to see where the radar's pointing to.
Right.
But yeah, if you do that, go ahead and let me know, and then I will give you essentially direction.
Sure. But yeah, I will just kind of be. Is it? I'll just ask you just as a blank for now from my room, direction wise, just where it's at, and is it just continuing in that same direction?
It is from your house. It would be pointing northward. So
And
past house. So basically, north would be the forest that you came back from, and house Kokoro.
okay, that makes sense. In that sense, also, is it like? I'm getting too deep into this. It's fine. I just want to know if it's far or close, if I can even tell.
You get a direction.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's fine.
Direction.
Bob, is there anything that you want to do, or do you just head straight to the missive?
Head straight to the missive. I do grab, like, just in case, I just bring my weapons with me. Like my long staff.
Yep, your new armor that you've sort of patchworked together.
Very
Piper.
lazily, jokingly.
Yeah, it's built for function, not for fashion.
Yeah. Piper basically just grabs stuff they might need in case it's somewhere they need to head out to quickly. So the emergency cupcake supply, the violin, and the rapier and dagger, basically.
I love how this is like a full emergency, and Piper's like, get the emergency cupcake supply.
I most likely will be grabbing emergency snacks to put in my pockets.
You got snacks, Piper's got cupcakes.
Because for people who forgot, we found out a couple sessions ago, they just carry on the most random snacks in their pockets.
Yeah? You have like a miniature snack bag of holding.
Like, they made it like during the first year during the Artificer Club, most likely.
Alright, everybody, we've got everything we need for the mission. We've got weapons, we've got arcane focus, we've got magic items, we've got armor, we've got Fritos. Let's fucking go!
It was like a whole class, like, club project to put in everybody's, like, some sort of uniform.
At least we know
Calathea,
this
go
party will
ahead.
never. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
At least we know this party will never run out of food.
Oh yeah. No, even if I was the DM to talk about like rations and stuff like that, I'd be like, you're fine. Even if you guys ran out of sugary treats, you have a ranger with you. You guys can find wild game at any point in time.
And we just don't know
Also,
what,
one sec, my Discord's
what Pop has in their pockets.
Calathea, are you doing anything quickly before the missive happens?
Oh shit, that's today.
You guys got woken up with this.
Oh fuck.
What time would that have been sent out?
This probably would have been at your door by like 5 a.m.
Fair.
Not
I mean,
crazy,
I'd say
right?
she probably spent maybe, maybe 2, maybe another 3 hours of sleep, having issues getting to sleep because of what hell happened last night.
Yeah, sounds
Probably
like
got up
not
at
bad.
maybe 4:30ish and went for a run. Came back and noticed the missive on the door.
What's
Yeah.
it say?
Your
probably
presence is required at Principal Defendus' office at your earliest convenience.
takes the missive
Oh,
down, takes a
I'm-
look at it. Does it mention Aubrey?
No,
Just Calathea.
just you.
She would go, thighs, kind of folds up the paper, or grabs a quick shower because she just spent last half hour working out type deal. And then, only out of sheer curiosity and sort of stress relief for her, she heads to the art room, takes a look at the project that she finished. Notice that it's set. Probably grabs it, and on the way to the principal's office, drops it off at the intended location.
Okay. I'm going to just very quickly remind myself what that was. Ba 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 ba. Yes, okay, cool. Yes, you're able to find it super easily and drop your package off. You all
like
sort
to
of...
note-
Go ahead.
I'd like to note that there is no signature or anything denoting who it was.
Okay. You all sort of congregate in front of the principal's office before going in. You can all see that each of you have been given this letter. It does have Montgomery's calligraphy, very obviously, so he was the one that wrote the letter.
Naturally.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, is there anything that you guys say to yourselves before going in, or do you just want to head straight in?
I greeted him with the morning, guys. I very much just woke up.
Calais just waves, looks over to Alex, and just gives her like a concerned, kind of inquisitive look as the last message we got was window with two eyes.
Before we all go in, I want to like kind of bring everyone, like as I see everyone just kind of like come here, I gotta like tell you shit. She looked tired, like more than normal, more upset, more fucking exhausted than normal. Just a little bit though.
Do you need a cupcake?
And that's my line.
There you go, Kira.
What is... I don't know why you think I can see that.
What?
There's a...
I know it's
it's the radar. Okay.
No, that's me in bed. Well, they don't know that. You guys have to interpret this however you want to interpret this.
Creepy
part
guy
one.
staring at you in bed? Or
And
whatever
then,
that is?
And then this.
Bob's just like...
And then that.
That's a dead body.
Okay. I rolled a 19 in instinct roll, so Calais goes, so there was a mysterious person at your window that you decided to chase and follow into the forest where you found Miss Blue Spark.
That's my teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, Piper and Bob, this is your first time hearing about finding Miss Blue Spark.
Yeah.
So that's what the message was about last night. Okay. Are you alright? Understandable.
Rub's eyes tired as fuck.
She's just
You
like,
want a
understandable.
Yes, takes cupcakes, like, basically fucking chomps it down. I think it's the first time you've actually seen Alex, like, eat a cupcake. I'm pretty sure.
Piper just concerned look, but also a happy smile of like, you ate one of the... I like, Piper knows you've been taking the cupcakes.
Why was
Piper's
it Bob
like-
that asked that?
I don't know. You stole the line from me, jokingly. Piper's just smiling and like, you ate my cupcakes, but also like, Piper's been giving you cupcakes, but it's kind of like, still concerned, but a little smile in the fact that you ate one of the cupcakes. Piper's happy.
Actually, Piper, question, what kind of cupcake is it?
I never described Piper's cupcakes.
I need you to describe it. If I'm gonna eat it, I need to know what I'm eating.
You know, I'm gonna Google type of cupcakes, I'll do a roll for it, and we'll see where it ends up.
Sounds
Also,
great.
most likely, Bob is just eating a tin can.
Like,
That's adorable!
are you eating
Stop,
out of a
I
tin can, or
love
are
it.
you eating the tin can?
Okay, funny enough, it's actually out of 24, so Google gave me 24 results. Okay?
I think they're too tired to They're eating the tin can.
They're just eating the tin can.
That's so cute.
Okay, that is
I love
out of
that.
season. So bad.
I'm so sorry, but it's because legit, you hear Bob say "good morning" in a very much masculine voice, and it's just
Okay.
eating a tin can.
You know, I'm
This
so
cupcake-
tempted to have you roll for botulism, but we're not gonna do that.
By the way, this cupcake, it looks pretty plain, but it's got like white icing on it with drizzled with caramel. It's a salted caramel cupcake.
Oh, yum. Okay. Alex is really, really into this cupcake.
Alex,
No,
for a moment, you know you have a persona about you, right? A very lackadaisical, very ennui, don't care about anything, persona. And yet, as you finally, out of necessity for energy, just quaff down this cupcake,
Quarf is a great word.
there is a part of you that is like, oh my god, this cupcake is made of happy.
It is magic.
And then you remember the conversation of Piper working with, like, magical ingredients eventually, and you're like, oh my god, this is just what they can do baking.
Yeah.
This
Without
isn't magical.
magical
This
ingredients.
tastes magical, but it's not.
But it's not.
And it only goes uphill from here.
Yes.
But-
So
but-
as you kind of, this is the cute thing about Alex, like, being exhausted. Like, the mask comes off, and the mask is actually the, like, lackadaisical shit. So, just kind of is exhausted, eats cupcake, just kind of has this, like, little moment, and then, like, shakes it off and, like, gives you a thank you nod, kind of looks at you.
I read about magical. I've started reading about magical ingredients. By the way, guys.
Fair enough. I
Um,
would say as Alex is eating, Calthea will go into more in depth of what exactly happened last night to
licks
the rest of the
backward.
party so that they understand possibly what we're walking into.
In true JRPG fashion, it just kind of fades to black, fades up, and you guys know everything that has transpired in the last couple scenes.
Whoa, crazy. Did
Me
you guys
just
like my
finished this
drawing?
tin can. I'm like, nice. I'm still waking up.
Guys are awake.
Points at the tin can, just like, that normal? Actually, no, I don't care.
It's
Give a
probably
shit.
gone by now.
Like, fuck it.
It's
You do
fine.
you,
I don't
fam.
even care. It's okay.
Most likely there was
eat what you
food
wanna eat.
inside of, like, in the can. It's just, I think my character is so used to that by now that they just, like, nothing got spilled on them. Like, they're.
You can see at this point Professor Montgomery sort of crack his head out of the door leading into Principal Defendus' office. Yes, well, as amazing as last night's events were, I would really appreciate it if we didn't talk about this in a public hallway.
I'm sorry.
Come in. He just kind of holds the door open.
Can we take a quick, like, 2-minute bio break?
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a break now, as
I
we
need
head
to
into
fill out
this
my water
meeting.
bottle. That's fair.
I'm still
Sorry?
laughing at the fact that I'm going with that morning.
I need to fill up my water bottle, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
also need to
stay
go to the
here.
bathroom.
Well,
Bathroom.
Dawn needs to
get
fill
some
up a water bottle.
water bottle.
So we're gonna go ahead and head for a break now. Please stick with us. Why must my players be the way they are?
Because I can.
Okay, welcome back. We are all here, for the most part. Physically, for sure. Mentally, jury's still out. You are all quickly ushered into the central office of Principal Defendus. He is very, very concerned. You can see that Professor Montgomery is here as well. Mr. Sir Sharudo is here, as well as Professor Everlock. And you can see Defendus being like, okay, so things have escalated.
What?
Understatement.
Well, I would like to start off by saying thank you to Alex, who found our petrified Miss Blue Spark. But obviously this is grave news. This is not good. We are going to have to we're going to have to rush things, which I don't like. I wanted to give you guys a good amount of time to prepare and do the things that you needed to do at school, but we are going to have to get you to the Tenebrae Temple very soon to see what is going on there, to check up on the beacon, and any sort of help that we can get would be amazing, but I don't want to enlist any more students, or honestly teachers, than we have to, because someone is now going after one of our teachers and was successful. This is very not good. This is our arcane teacher. Probably one of the best spellcasters in the building. So, I won't lie to you. You're not children. I am worried. Take some time today, and I mean, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not going to rush you all out the door, but time is of the essence. I've sent out someone right now who can get a hold of this Tezek that you spoke of. And we will reclaim your name and, Calathea, your title, before, hopefully before the day's end. Otherwise, all I can ask is, as soon as you're ready, please, find out what you can. Is there anything that I can do to help any of you? Are there any questions that you have that maybe I can answer? I don't know. And you
Alex
see,
looks a bit sheepish.
this is noticed mostly by Sir Sharudo, who you know as the head of Oscarata, who very much knows what a Zen body state looks like, and just kind of looks you over. Doesn't really give an emotional response, but you can see he notices your state. Is there anything that any of you say at this moment?
This is serious, isn't it? I mean, more so than before. You're concerned.
I am. Piercing through this veil that keeps us so protected is concerning enough. Now attacks are being made, and I'm wondering what all of this is for, what the end game is here.
Do we have any ideas of who it might be?
I wish I did. As far as I know, nobody has invaded through what keeps Defendus Academy safe, what keeps you guys being able to come back. So, the scariest idea is that it's coming from within. I would really, really like to not believe that, because if that is the case, we have, what, thousands of potential culprits? If I take into account that the perpetrator or perpetrators are coming from inside this castle, let's put it to you this way. I couldn't even technically discount any of you. And that is scary, because you guys hold all of the information. But that also means that you guys hold all of the information.
At that, just kind of looks away, looks really shy, like really like, oh, yeah, well, I don't.
That's fair. But I guess more like a metagaming question. Has this conference, has it always been planned to be at Defendus, or is this something like that sprung up within?
This conference,
The
it
upcoming
was...
conference of
So this conference was originally going to be held within the Capital Territories. And I made the suggestion to have the conference here because you all needed a sort of royal vouch. And so I thought it to be best if the Seelie Queen were here, were able to meet all of you. So no, this was not the original plan. This was a recent change.
Fair enough. I'm just wondering if possibly with all these VIPs coming here that this might be an elaborate plan to get one of them. But a lot of this, at least the issues with the breach began before that decision was made.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the breach was intended to cause the change in locales.
It's not a bad idea. We already were planning on having quite increased security with having such important people here. But I think that you're right. We should sort of increase that. I am hoping that this gathering goes swimmingly and we are able to sort of vouch for what all of you have said and, you know, move on to the next part of the investigation. I am also not a fool. Even if there wasn't some sort of inside plan, a gathering, and very public gathering, of influential people is an absolute hotbed for attempted assassinations. There's at least one every time they have a public meeting. That being said, we are not looking at sort of a United Nations situation, as they would say in front of the veil, where a bunch of regular people are meeting in a regular room. These are very powerful individuals, very high-level spellcasters.
Very high level.
Yes. Well, he doesn't respond to that, because of course you don't say that out loud.
Very high level.
Very high level. Yes. So we also know that the ruler of the Unseelie will not be showing up herself, and will instead be represented by her daughter and son-in-law. It kind of gives a little knowing look to Piper and Sonata at that point. And we also know how incredibly formidable they are. Miss Rockterra, quite a powerful being in and of herself, sort of inherent to her species. And Mr. Swiftbeard Rosanak, while not an adventurer per se, still quite knowing when it comes to connections. So, most likely he will be carrying with him his own guard.
So just so I'm understanding this right, we have Seelie people, we have unseelie people, we have vampire, and then also Calithea's brother Rosenak.
Rosenak,
Who are
yes.
all coming. Right? So he's there to be like a political figure there. And then I got everyone else, right? We got Seelie, Unseelie, Vampire, and then the senator
Correct.
guy. Cool. Okay, bye.
This will take place tomorrow. Certain travels have already begun in progress to get here on time. Could I'm assuming that all of you will be in attendance for this meeting. They will have a meeting together in front of the students as a way of showing off, I guess, their various power. Just be on your toes. Or wingtips, as it were.
Puffs another.
That's still toes. There's just,
Are they though?
like 2 of them.
Technically 4, because there's 2. Like, the hooves are usually like drawn as like there's like 2 parts of them.
Are
Yes.
your hands hoofs, Bob? You have fingers.
That's not what I'm talking about. I meant the hooves on my feet.
So you have fingers, but you have hoof toes.
Yeah, really when you look into, like, the body structure of a satyr/centaur, shit just gets fucking wild. Okay? Everybody loses their shit at how does a satyr wear pants?
Also, why did people question the fact that I was eating tin can?
I have my-
I've eaten tin cans in books I've read.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was cute.
Also,
He looks at Percy
Also-
Jackson.
yes.
What's up, Piper?
Piper's currently existed in. Don't want to be there, even though like it's not a proper entrance. They get to see who their sister-in-law is while they're there. They will get to physically see the person that is their sister-in-law. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Piper wants to be there, at least to physically see who did their brother marry.
I think Alex just assumed that they would have to be there for school thing, like not just regular school things, but to almost appear as like family figure of Everlocks.
There is a sense of showing face,
Right.
in terms of professionalism, for sure.
Mhm.
You want them to respect the teachers as authority figures in the school, even though
Mhm.
each one of them will see themselves as higher than that of a mere teacher. They still respect the area that they're in. And
Mhm.
there's a certain part of you that understands that you are a representative of
Yeah, even
your mother.
as much as I try to deny that fact, or like fight the power fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a representative in a sense.
So, Principal Defendus goes, okay, you are dismissed. Please inform me as to when you plan on going for, the temple, and if anything happens, I will most likely summon you to this office so that we can speak in private. Please keep any communication about these events as close to the chest as you can, and absolutely no written or traceable forms of communication.
Okay, so no, this is fine. I have my little journal that I probably carry around 2 journals. One of them is just pictures that I'm drawing, and one of them is nondescript.
Fair. You see Sir Sharuto as well kind of eyes you, Alex, as they say, yes, and of course, if there's any extra information that you all would have, I would assume that you would bring them forward. Correct?
Avoids eye contact.
Bob raises his hand.
Yes.
Who's going to teach the sorcerer classes since Blue Spark is currently in a state that they can't teach?
You see that Miss Everlock sort of steps forward.
She's there.
I will do what I can to continue overtaking her classes until we can find a suitable replacement. But hopefully, with the resources at our disposal, we will be able to restore her as soon as possible. We are still trying to determine the source, the arcane source of the spell, so that we don't mess up anything. And you hear Professor Montgomery off to the side, Patricia. And she just kind of goes,
Wait, what was that at?
just her talking about, like, the source of the spell, and you get the feeling that she's going into more detail than should be with the students.
Sure. Yeah.
And she just goes, right, it's a work in progress. Are there any other questions that any of you would have before continuing on with your lovely day here at the Academy? Very well.
Just sitting.
Principal, he goes, oh, yes, dismissed. You all sort of head out to your various classes. Bob, it's a pretty easy class for you. This is the equivalent of, like, the teacher rolling in the... Fuck me, I'm gonna date myself super hard here. But, like, rolling in the TV and playing a video.
Aww.
Sort of
Most
thing.
likely
It's
Bob
giving
sitting in
overhead
the back
projectors.
eating popcorn watching the movie.
She's like, yes, we were going to... Where did you get popcorn? I don't... The vendors aren't even open yet. That must be old popcorn.
During this, Piper's eating a chocolate cupcake.
And some people prefer stale popcorn.
You know, it's funny.
Is Piper in the Sorcerers and Wizards class?
No, I zoned out. Piper's eating. I zoned out. I apologize. I didn't realize they'd left the room. I zoned out. Okay?
No, you're good.
I'm so sorry. I zoned out for like 2 seconds, and something happened, and I missed it. I was not in that
you
class.
have all been
Sorry.
dismissed to your various classes.
See, she's not used to me. She forgets. No, most teachers do not know about the pocket set. This popcorn was from this morning. This was one of the various snacks that she put in her.
Yeah, she's just like, and you just, like, a random student is like, this happens. Just sort of roll with it.
Most likely, no. Yeah. I think like the returning students would know. Like they're used to it by now.
Yeah, 100%. There's like some of the earlier students are like, where do I get a snack bag of holding?
A snack bag of holding.
You
Love it.
there's you get at least like 2 or 3 stoner students every week that are just like, where do you get the magic munchie bag?
Magic munchies.
And you just see Miss Everlock is like, okay, it doesn't violate any rules. I don't care. You do you. And she sort of puts on a video for the class.
Artificer Club again?
As what?
Who's the head? Who's the professor that oversees the Artificer Club?
The professor that oversees the Artificer Club is... give me a quick second. Professor
Weber.
I feel like all of like the people in like in the Artificer Club just has like business cards like that says like this has been approved by Professor Weber.
Yeah, exactly. Like Professor Weber is like absolutely one of my best designs. Once you will have it free of charge, just hands out these every time someone asks you about it.
Oh my god! I just no, as soon as you said you puts in the video, press play. All of a sudden, I just thought it was like Nick Fi, the magic guy.
Nick. It's just like sorcery rules. And you sort of zone out watching this video as like Aubrey kind of inches closer to you and goes, so there's a lot of shit that went down at Calathea's house. They were woken up by Alex, and do you have any idea what the fuck is going on?
I just nod, but like does not say anything more. I'm like, because she was told not to talk about it, so she's like,
yeah.
Also, she might have zoned out because she was really tired, like during the talk.
Yep. You can also see couple of other people. You can see Killian is obviously in this class. Kasha is a couple of seats in front of you because you're kind of in the back of the class.
Mm-hmm.
Kasha's kind of writing notes down about not even about class, it's about the callbacks that are happening for the Dragon Turtles. Because part 2 of the callbacks is an obstacle course. Because they have to be able to keep up with their workout regimen.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of are catching Killian looking over at her and whispering with his little buddies about like little bets that he has whether or not she's gonna make it, whether or not Amelia's gonna make it, if their relationship will last, if one of them makes it and the other doesn't. Whether or not her girlfriend is going to leave her for Piper. Oh yeah, I know, you catch this off, because he doesn't give a shit about being, like, coy about it.
I also, I do share the popcorn with Aubrey.
Thanks. Is it, a never-ending thing, or, does it end?
I can't remember. This is, over a year ago that this was made.
This is over
Not the popcorn.
Okay, because a day-old popcorn I can handle. A year-old popcorn, you gotta love yourself more than that.
This was freshly made this morning.
Okay, we're good then.
Do you need something to drink?
Yeah, can you pull drinks out of there as well?
Pulls out a tin can, but then also a
This is the greatest bag.
I'm so sorry that I didn't talk to you about
No, 100%. This is canon now.
because this was from the stadium, the tryouts episode. That I'm
I
like,
love
I'm just
Mandy.
gonna keep this kid this bit going.
You just like
So
pull
what
out a
has a
tin
stop-
can. It's like, did you just pull out a tin can of like pop or something?
I don't know. I can't read the label.
Bob
The label's
recycles
off.
here.
You just
This is for me. I have more drinks, but this can is for me.
okay. I'm good. I don't eat tin cans. Do you eat tin cans?
Maybe points to my ears than to my feet. Yes, we do.
Like you like point to your ears and your feet as if you're
No,
like
my horns.
or the horns as if you're like satyr, and you just see freaking Aubrey give you this wide-eyed look of like, I don't fucking know what a satyr is. She's like, I was in like a shoddy apartment in New York like 2 months ago.
You never read the Percy Jackson books?
I was meaning to get to it. A friend of mine is a really big fan. I just never look. I work 2 jobs. It's rough.
When I can, I'll give you some. If however long you stay, I can give you some books for you to read.
Perfect. Do they have them in the library?
I don't know.
That's
Because Aubrey does not know the whole story with the library.
I feel like me and you could teach each other things.
Yes.
This sort of continues as your conversations are happening, Killian's conversations are happening.
Sorry, I just wanted to add on to the bit. Also, Lex, are you okay? I noticed you deaf, and that's why.
We move over to Piper. Piper, you are in your first... Well, actually, yes. We're going to move over to 2 of our party members. We're going to move over into Calathea and Piper. As Calathea, the weirdest sight to you occurs. As you are all heading to your various classes, you expect you and Piper to split at some point. But Piper walks into the Guardian's classroom with you.
Interesting. Change your minor?
Yep. I realized I'm not that sneaky.
That's fair. It's always good to see more of our kind in the Guardians.
Yeah, you're getting
Not many
like
fairies sign up.
You're getting some odd looks, Piper, as well, kind of going into the room, as you've sort of got this reputation for you as a, like, flash mob singer slash baker. And you walk into this very sort of physical classroom with Sir Shirito. Takes a couple of minutes because they stay behind to kind of go mull things over with the rest of the teachers before they finally come into the classroom as well. Sort of eye you, slightly curious, more emotion than you've seen on their face in a good while. Hello
Piper
there.
has the most grimy smirk on like you think a show person can't also fight? You know what I mean?
And they sort of eye you, and interesting to see you here. Are you sure these classes are for you?
I swapped my minor I think I proved that rogue wasn't going to be a good thing for me. A thing I would exactly fit in more recently, especially at the club fair.
I can vouch for her. She can hold her own.
Everyone in this school can hold their own.
I mean, that's true.
Miss Swiftbead, you would know over most people in this class that being a guardian is about holding someone else's own.
Indeed. And I can definitely say that she is probably in the right place at the moment.
I have stabbed things very hard for my sister. No further explanation, because it could be like training or anything, but I have stabbed things very hard for my sister.
She's quite protective.
Yes. No one touches Sonata. I tried to pick a fight with Gloria on the first day because of Sonata.
You can see like a bunch of people kind of look up in respect at that point to you when they hear you tried to fight Gloria on day one. And the fact that you're getting the rub from the captain of the mock sports team, they're just like, I guess don't judge a book. And you hear a very familiar voice go, especially if you can't see the cover. And look over and see Amelia sort of waving you in.
Piper does just like a cute little clap of happy to see a friend kind of thing. Just imagine just like Piper lights up and does a little clap.
You see quite a number of people that you recognize, for good and for bad. So, for good, you definitely recognize Amelia. You definitely recognize Calathea, obviously. You recognize your brother, Reed, who also is a Guardian Major. No, sorry, he's not a Guardian Major. He's a Guardian Minor Warrior Major. You can see the two orcs, Cammy Heartstop and Patty Punchfist, that are the flanking guards. You heard what I said.
So Patty Punchfist just made me lose it. I'm sorry.
There's Patty Punchfist. Look, orcs don't get the greatest of last names.
Yeah, I'm not judging the name, right?
But I'm
laughing because it's kind of funny.
Those two, who are the flanking sort of henchwoman of Gloria, kind of absolutely glare you down when you boast about stepping to Gloria on day one. Gloria herself, not in this class. She is not exactly about protecting other people. There, and you know what? For the benefit of the people watching this, there is another person that we as an audience would recognize, but Piper has never actually interacted with. You recognize a sort of yellow Cornish blonde-haired woman in the back with what seems to be a very fluffy scarf around her neck.
Out of character, it's the person we got the food for. Out of character, obviously Piper doesn't know that, but
yes,
out of character, I know that.
Yes, this would be Mitchie.
Piper immediately gives like a two-fingered salute hi to Reed. See him Reed there.
He looks up and it looks like he was doing some rehearsing for obviously all the shit going down tomorrow. And sort of as he looks up and he goes, no way. Okay. And Sir Shiruto looks over. Oh, yes, I guess this would be the second member of your family to enter my classroom. How wonderful is that? Reed, would you join me at the front of the class, please? And he goes, oh, no. This has
So,
only ever
quickly
happened
out.
once before.
It was quickly out of character. It makes it even better by the fact that Reed's the one who taught Piper how to fight.
Yep. He's going to come up to the front of the class. You realize that there's actually a very big gap between the front board and, like, the first row of desks. Where, you know, demonstrations can take place. You know, test dummies can be put there and stuff like that. Reed comes up, and at this point, Piper has not taken his eyes off of you. And you see that he comes up to the class, but at the farthest end from you. And he has a very similar smile on his face to that of Calathea.
It's like Althea smiles and kind of steps off to the side.
Sir Shiruto steps forward. It seems as if your sister here fancies themselves to be quite the fighter. And he just kind of smiles. Yes, Professor, it would seem so. But... And he just kind of, like, puts his hands out and, like, goes full into sarcasm. The, like, you can catch that little bit of that fey trickster sort of coming out of him at this point, as he knows what exactly is about to happen. And he goes, but how are we to know? And he goes, how indeed. Miss Peer, defend yourself. And what we're going to do right now is enter in a one-on-one combat scenario.
Oh, it's Piper versus Reed, and this is absolutely hilarious.
It is
'Cause
Piper
in a
versus
certain
Reed.
way, it's teacher versus student. It's teacher versus student in a sense. Different
Absolutely.
versus different, teacher versus student.
It
And it's
makes
been
it...
a few years.
Let me take a look
Piper.
at something here, because I don't believe... Ooh. It might have, unless I sign into a different account. Let me check just something very quickly as we do a little bit of admin.
Is it okay if I go to the bathroom real quick?
Absolutely.
I'm like, Piper's 99% gonna lose this. But, hear me out, it's still gonna be fun as all hell. Like, I'd have to pull some real, like, 50,000 tricks to even get close, is what I'm saying. But, like, you get what I mean?
Yes. I am actually going to do this for now.
Yeah. Well, so the funny thing is, it can very easily be misunderstood, but Piper wasn't boasting about their fighting ability. Piper was proving their protectiveness. You know what I mean?
Yes,
In a sense,
absolutely.
like, they were saying, you don't seem like you could be a guardian. You don't, like, Guardian's about protection. And Piper was saying, it's not that Piper took on Gloria, because Piper didn't end up fighting Gloria, but Piper was prepared to fight Gloria to protect Sonata, right? Like, Piper was boasting of, not boasting, but proving their protection and proving how much they care for those.
Yes, correct.
Yes, but welcome to the classes of Hell's Crowd, Rare. Your martial prowess will always be put on the spotlight.
Yeah. Which Piper's fine with. I was more explaining, obviously, like, Reed would probably know that Piper wasn't boasted as a fighter, obviously.
Yes.
But not everyone would.
We are just gonna go with the suggested traits.
Sorry. Why is Stoppy doing hot to go right now?
Hard to say.
No,
She's
I'm doing YMCA.
Okay,
Also,
I saw you put
What?
one arm out and it didn't make sense. Oh, I didn't see the top of the C. That's why, Stoppy, okay?
yeah, for those who don't know, I'm currently standing.
That's what confused me. I couldn't tell the C, and so I thought you were doing, like, I didn't see your arm. I thought you might have been doing a T or something.
T-O-G-O.
Welcome back to me and Stoppy do hearty dances.
Yeah, this is a moment of whirlwind. Of a moment of admin.
We're entertaining chat with party dances until then.
Heck yeah. One of you entertaining them with party dances, and the other one of you who doesn't have their camera on.
Me over
Now,
here,
what-
who's
What dance should we do now, Dawn?
I was currently going over the cha-cha slide in my head for some reason. I pulled up the cha-cha slide. Cha-cha
Okay,
slide,
let me-
aka Piper's fight song. It's quick
Okay.
movements.
Okay, Dawn.
Yeah.
Get funky, funky. Everyone clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Alright, we're gonna do the basics of to the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, stomp. Cha-cha real smooth. What the fuck? Okay, hey everybody, I just learned the lyrics to the Cha-Cha Slide. And the next lyric is, turn me into baby food.
Nani? Do not, in fact, turn me into baby food.
I'll put it in Discord. Where should I put it? Should I put it in memes or should I just put it in general?
Increase proficiency, and then the level up options.
To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right, now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, two stomps.
Oh, there we go.
To the left, two stomps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha real smooth. Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
I might have to cut
hops
this
time.
part out when it goes to YouTube.
I know.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm
This is
just
just us.
entertaining chat.
Yeah, we're entertaining chat with party dancers. I'm doing them kind of sat down, but they can't see me. But I can picture it. even though-
At least, like, it's a good, like, intermission right now. We just
Yeah.
do the dance.
Yep.
Intermission is fine. Hey,
Two hops
Stop it,
this
you know what-
time. What now, Don?
I was gonna jokingly like, well, I guess it's time for the Macarena.
Oh. I'm not traumatized right now.
Nah,
What should
I
I
just
be
decided,
traumatized about?
the story of the statue situation.
Okay.
Okay, now, just keeping in mind
Macarena.
abilities. Okay.
Um,
I think that should be because I have to actually equip the things, right? He is actually going to ask you beforehand. He's going to look at you, Piper, and he's going to say, "Do you want me to go easy on you, little one?"
Little one.
We've been informed to tell you, Med, that the Big B is at one of the person singing is singing Wicked right now.
Oh my god, that's wild.
That's not my girl. No, I'm not that girl.
Um,
Sorry, I don't know why I said that's a double up. Ignore me. Braid is braided right now. I apologize.
No, you're good. Did you hear what I said in regards to you?
I missed it. I'm sorry.
You're good. Before I choose what I am equipping, Breed is going to look toward you before the battle starts and say, "Would you like me to go easy on you, little one?"
It was like, you never went easy on me before when you taught me. Why not start now? Why start now?
You see, he sort of like reaches for his dagger, sheaths it, and he goes, "Things are different from they were back then," and is going to reach behind him and unsheath a full two-handed longsword.
I think it was a nod, and then
You obviously know that your brother is not going to kill you.
obviously.
Be
But
real intense.
this is definitely different. So we are going to start off. Battles always start with the hero. So, oh shit! Did I fuck that up? Nope. I think I'm good. Yeah. Oh, I might not be actually. Nope. Give me one quick second. I fucked up a thing. Oh, whoop. Everybody's frozen, so I gotta change shit.
Me just had a really cool idea for something Piper could do. It would require me succeeding on 2 rolls to do it, but it'd be funny as it would be super fun.
Wouldn't it just be the funniest? Piper, what do you do?
Piper immediately like unsheaths like kind of because Piper has all their stuff on them, right?
Yes.
Piper just looks, but not in a way of like ready to fight. Piper's like in a sense of just give me a second, but not in a sense of don't go easy on me. Just moves their like puts away their violin so their violin doesn't get hit by anything. Because obviously Piper's gonna care about that, but Piper's not planning to use music in this fight really. If
Right.
needed, Piper can use their voice, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Needed Piper can use her voice, but Piper's not using a violin against Reed, and Piper never did when they were kids. So Piper puts the violin to the side before starting, and then pulls out a pulls out the rapier and the dagger, one in each hand.
Okay. Sounds good.
And it's gonna immediately go in with the rapier, obviously, because that's Piper's main weapon.
Yep.
Well, that's not good. That's a crit!
That was so intense.
That was
Not on my
so
hope
intense.
dice. Okay, I rolled a 1 on my hope dice. That's why I went, that's not good. And then I rolled a 1 on my fear dice. You watched me basically go, that's not good, so that's a crit.
I can't even copy that. That was so good. Someone make a soundbite of that, please, and thank you.
I'm good.
Okay, so what is your rapier's normal damage?
2d8 plus 2.
2d8 plus 2, so that is going to be 18 already, and then you rolled the 2d8 again.
Okay, my second dice got stuck. Give me a second.
Yep.
Hey, that's literally just 2 extra damage. I rolled 2 1s on those d8s. I rolled 4 1s. My first 4, my first 4 rolls of the session has just been 4 1s. I just want to share that.
Yeah, you absolutely... So that is 20 points of damage. Yeah, that beats his severe threshold. And he has a fucking high severe threshold.
Okay, I want to do this cool thing. I don't care if it's not that much damage, but I have a cool thing that I had planned. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
the whole rapier thing, the first rapier thing. So Piper, goes in the front with the rapier, right?
Yep.
And then spins and twirls round to stab straight through the back with the dagger.
You get through a lot of his armor. He has very high evasion, but not very high armor. You have... Let me do some math.
Oh, still here for this.
Would lower that to minor damage. So he's going to take only 1 point of HP, but you see that, you hit the threads of his armor as it begins to unravel with one, absolute blow. And he's as he's coming forward, you just twirl and are gone. And just appear behind him. And what the... Ah! What the...
I need to roll for the dagger, I realised, because I haven't rolled for the dagger yet.
Yes.
I didn't roll to hit with that dagger hit afterwards, because the dagger is a separate attack that I was planning to do afterwards, right?
Correct.
So I do need to roll for that. That's... Don't love that, but that's a 16 with fear, but 16.
16 does hit.
Okay, it's 2d8 flat, this is, because, this is the dagger, not the rapier that gets the +2.
Yep.
It's only 3 damage. Again, this d8 hates me. I really should have rolled my d8 there, because I usually roll with the d8 that matches the dice I roll with. But yeah, that was with fear, but another 3 damage to a dagger to the back. From a 12.
You see that the rapier is what does most of the damage to the armor. You see that you come up with the dagger, and as you do, you just catch the little bit at the top of his neck that, the armor is attached to, and the whole thing just sort of falls off. And you are essentially fighting your brother in a t-shirt at this point.
Piper just gives a little smile, not like a confident smirk or anything, but a smile of it may have changed for you, but things have changed for me too. It's been a few years. I kept up my practice.
So you have. Okay. And you can get to people very quickly. That is something that is going to aid you very well here. Do you stay within melee range of him?
I don't think I can do anything now because I rolled with fear.
Yes, that is true. So
I'm behind him, but I rolled with fear on that attack.
Yes, which means he
It
is
wasn't
going
a present, so I
to...
don't hope to do that.
He is going to turn to you at this point. He is actually going to turn to you and say, exactly basically what he said. That is going to aid you very well in here. I thought for the longest time that I would have to protect you and to protect Sonata. I can see she is in very good hands. He is going to activate his Soldier's Bond, which is actually going to help both of you.
I know this one.
Once per long rest, if you compliment someone or ask them about something they're good at, you may both take 3 hope.
Oh! I can pull some stuff off with that. Obviously not the normal stuff I pull off with free hope, because this is a 1v1. But that does give me a couple extra moves. You know what I mean?
It does. It also gives him a couple extra moves. So he is now going to...
I'm not for stress before he attacks. To use wings. Basically, I get +2 evasion for the next attack.
Cool. He is also going to mark a stress to activate his wings.
Okay, so both of us have just gained +2 evasion.
Yes.
For our next attacks.
Where do I go to on here to attack you with things that hurt you? Oh, right here. That... No, because that's not... Oh, that's the roll. Okay, sorry. I was like... That's not a thing. Okay. That is going to be a 20 with fear. To hit you.
It does hit, obviously. I have an evasion of 12 with wings.
Now, the problem is, he has not Warrior's Hope. His class feature... Where are you?
Is it like Bard's Hope, but for whatever his main stat is?
Call of the Brave. Because that is the kind of warrior that he is. That says when he rolls with fear, he gets a hope.
Oh!
So it doesn't matter what he rolls, he gets hope every time.
Oh, I forgot to take the hope for my crit. I'm maxed out on hope. Now,
So is he.
100% honest. I forgot to take the hope for my crit. That maxed me out, because we start with 2 after a long rest, then the +3 and the 1 from the crit.
Yes. So he is going to roll this. He's also going to add his level to his damage. So let's just roll that. Oh, that is not good, but luckily he has not good enough, which I believe Calathea would also know. You can re-roll 1s and 2s.
Oh, did he roll like 1s and 2s?
He
like
rolled
hell?
a 2 and a 1.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and just fully re-roll. That's a lot better. Plus the level. And I think that's about it. He's going to do 21 points of damage to you.
That is well above severe, but Piper's gonna use some armor.
Yep.
I'm not gonna use all of it. Okay, so that brings it down to 18. That brings it down to... Question, is it, if it hits the minor damage threshold, it's major... If it hits the threshold, it's major damage, or if it's above the threshold?
You can get up to that number, and that's the threshold. So yeah, if your minor was like 5, and you get to 5, it's still minor. Because
my armor is 3, right?
Yep.
So I'm taking it down in 3s, but my major threshold is 6. So it's like, can I land on 6 and just take 1 HP? Or do I have to use another armor to bring down to 3? That's what I was trying to figure out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm down to 18, 15, 12, 9. So that's down to 18, that's down to 15, that's down to 12, that's down to 9, that's down to 6. Take 1 HP. Yeah, Piper's armor is on by a thread as well. Like,
How many armor
pretty
slots
much.
do you have in total?
6. I used 5 right there.
So ironically, that was exactly what happened with the move with you. He had to use 5 as well. And he can see your armor barely hanging on by a thread, and goes in for the second attack. Because I have 2 fear points that I can spend here. He's also going to... You see him kind of, there's an interesting flying maneuver, whereas yours was very graceful, his is precise. So it just becomes, like, just able to graze underneath your arm. Like, if there were a split difference of, like, centimeters, this would have been a different case. But full confidence does not happen. He's going to mark a stress to deal you a stress. Using Battle Strategist.
Okay.
And then... he's going to go for the second attack. Which is going to be 13 with fear.
That does hit. I don't even have the evasion bonus anymore. It would still hit, though. Because, as I mentioned, evasion is literally, like...
Yeah? Not a lot of his things actually use hope, except for his warrior hope. But he's going to... Oh, that's not going to be necessary. 22 points of damage.
I'm just not going to bother reducing that, because I won't get it below my severe threshold, I'm going to be honest. And my armor left. So, Piper's armor's still there, barely holding on, but Piper has taken 4 HP at this point.
Yeah. He just kind of gets back and is, like, slicing at your armor. As soon as your face goes to meet him, he switches grip on his longsword and just buries the pummel into center mass. And he goes, I will never underestimate you again. There's various different reactions from the crowd. You can see that Gloria's henchmen are rooting for Reed at this point, just because they don't like you.
Of course.
Amelia can barely look. She's like, no, please.
Also, I forgot to use one of Piper's abilities because I didn't realise that we were headed... I forgot we were headed into battle. I forgot to use it when we were headed in, and I wish I had. Because I have Rally. And usually I use that before every battle.
Oh, yeah, this did kind of come as a
surprise.
bit of a surprise to you.
Use Rally.
Which
Which is understandable. I wasn't saying, can I say I used it. I was saying, you know what I mean?
But it is back to your turn, so you can rally if you want. It's one of your actions.
Okay, Piper's going to just, like, give her, like, almost give her a bit of a smirk and is like, I'm not done yet kind of smirk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then hold it to them, hold, like, and you see, like, I feel like, and start almost humming to themselves, like, Calafea might recognize the tune because it's the same tune that Piper sings when they're to get him up for a fight.
Yep.
When Piper rallies the crew, Piper just It's Battle of the Bands from Rainbow Rocks, by the way. It's Battle of the Bands from Rainbow Rocks. I'm just gonna put that out there. You know exactly what song Piper's just sung the beginning of.
Yep.
To Rally. Okay?
Rita's
Piper's
like,
Rally, but
are you singing a song? Is this time for song singing? And then you just, like, go for your attack.
Calthage is on the sidelines, arms crossed, smiling.
Piper goes back in with the rapier because here's the thing, I could do more damage with something else. But Piper's like, you know what? I'm gonna make this a sword-on-sword fight. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna use my abilities, but that doesn't mean I can't make it a sword-on-sword fight, right? So Piper's not gonna use spells here.
Sounds good.
Actually, Piper's gonna pull off one more other thing.
Okay.
Piper sings another song, specifically an epic song. Reed's now vulnerable.
Whoa.
Ooh.
You can see as the songs that you're singing become less inspirational and more daunting, that his eyes just sort of begun to widen. What are you? And you see that he's lowered his guard in that sort of state of awe. As you go to him, so I believe you have advantage on your attack then?
Yep. I have
song did
advantage.
you do?
I did Battle for Rally, and then I did whatchamacallit? I did Battle for Rally, and then I did, if any of you guys know Ding Dong Hide and Seek.
Oh, you said a song from Epic Dawn.
I didn't say from Epic, it's called an Epic, there's an Epic song. It's one of the
Ah.
features.
I heard from Epic.
Oh yeah, I
Dawn,
thought it
that's
was a
why.
song from Epic as well.
You legit
Okay,
said,
but
and I DM you 600 question mark.
17. I'm still rolling to attack, by the way.
Yep.
I'm at a 17 already. I had to push that was quicker. 19 with fear, but I'm going to spend free hope to negate that roll's consequences. So it stays on me.
Ooh.
A 19 with fear, but negate the consequences.
That hits.
Also, can I use my rally dice on the damage?
Does it say that
this.
you can use your rally dice for the damage?
Can be used on an action, reaction, or damage roll.
Then go for it.
I'm just pulling out all the stops here.
Oh, absolutely.
I did better than last time. I did exactly 8 damage because I rolled a 2 on all 3 dice, and then I have a +2. I rolled a 2 on all 3 dice, and then I have a +2.
So that's 7 altogether?
No, 8.
Oh, 8.
Also, technically, it was a 21, by the way, because I forgot to add my presents.
You hit
to
even
my,
with the wings.
Yeah. But I got a 8 because I rolled a 2 on both attack dices, and I rolled a 2 on my rally dice. So
That-
yes, I got an 8.
Just beats his minor to go into major.
That's too-
And you can tell that he is like, "Oof. Okay. My turn." And then he looks at you, and something where he was supposed to hit you back, sort of, you get that like TV static a little bit, and it almost looks like you rewind to go to hit him again, but he still keeps that damage from before.
Yeah.
He goes,
I'm just looking.
"No."
I'm trying to look how long does vulnerable last from that? Matt, do you know?
What is the ability that it says?
When you play an epic song, make a close target temporarily vulnerable. That's all it says. Last time when we had this, when I used this, we killed the target in the next hit or two.
Let me
Would
look
we
up.
still be vulnerable?
What is this called?
I was like, it's part of my Troubadour Bard abilities. It's part of my, it's Troubadour, it's the Troubadour songs. Okay?
Alt rolls targeting you have advantage. Just temporarily. So you said Troubadour?
Yeah. That's my subclass.
Yes. The...
I'm sorry, I need to know if it doesn't say for just one attack, but I don't want to take advantage of the advantage if it's not for longer than one attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does not, describe what you can use an action to perform each song once per long rest. Yeah, it doesn't really say what temporary means. And there's nothing on the vulnerable. Roll a d4 for me.
I got a 4.
So for 4 turns.
Okay.
I'll just kind of roll that out. Yes, you in the back with your hand raised.
Is that every action, or is it like when it goes back and forth for vulnerable?
When it'll be for every attack action. So any action that would utilize that vulnerability will decrease it by 1.
I'm going to use my other free hope to yet again keep the turn on me, because I can use that as many times as long as I have the hope for it. By the way, there is no limit to Bard's Hope, as long as you have the hope to pull it off, and I had 6 hope, and it's free hope each time. So I'm going to use Bard's Hope again to get rid of it, but that is a 26 with fear. To hit!
I don't have to tell you that hits.
He's just like, the fear is negated. It is 26, because I rolled an 11 and a 12, with the 12 being on my fear dice. I have a +3 present. Okay, dice got stuck. Okay. As soon as I called it stupid, it rolled me an 8. I'm just going to mention that. That is 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. He is caught off guard by this weird sort of sensation of he should have been able to hit you, but then it almost seemed like a time rewind where you just did it again. And this time he was like, but wait a sec, and then just fully gets like the bunt of your rapier like right to the nose. And you can feel something crack. And he just sort of like sits back and goes, "Ah! Okay. Oh, we fight dirty. Okay." And you just see like Sir Shirudo is just standing back. There is like an impressed look. And he goes, "There is no such thing as fighting clean or dirty. Someone is attacking someone that you love, you fight."
Funny thing is, I think, isn't he on like 5 marked HP at this point?
He is,
Piper's
yeah.
on 4 marked HP?
Yeah.
But it's still Piper's turn.
It is still Piper's turn.
This is why you don't underestimate the Bard. Because, let me just look. Give me a second, because I can still pull some stuff off. Because I have a way to give myself back hope. Med.
Interesting.
It won't give me back, like, super amount, right? Like, it's not going to make me be able to use, Bard's Hope again, right?
Right.
But it's... I'm just looking. Give me a minute. Piper decides to go screw it and pull out all the stops, because it's either Reed goes down here, or Piper or Piper will go down next turn, right?
Yep.
And Piper knows that.
Yes.
Also, do I mention on that 26, I realised I never rolled the advantage dice when I hit. So it does. So that was without the advantage from Vulnerable. I'm just going to mention that. So Piper pulls out 2 more songs, healing a hit point.
Very
and
nice.
taking a hope.
Okay.
This is just so, like, I want Piper to have a bit of hope. You know what I mean?
It kind of comes off as, like, this sort of encanto of, 3 different songs that shouldn't work together, but your voice goes off multiple times over. It is echoing. It is reverberating through. It sounds like multiple people singing, but it's not.
So, a magical.
Oh, yeah.
And then, time to roll ticket. Lost Rapier. Okay, that is with hope, by the way. That time. Roll the advantage dice, which... Where the heck is my advantage dice? Oh, my dice fell out. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so currently, I'm on a 15. I'm actually on an 18 if you would count my +3. But I would like to find my D6. You know what I mean? Oh, there it is. And then...
I would like to point out for the DM's sake that, I mean, you can decide this later on, but I just went through the rule set. You can use fear tokens to, you can spend a fear to remove temporary status effects.
That's a 20.
Okay.
With hope. 20
So
with hope.
I was curious, so I looked it up.
the 20 would hit. When Sir Shirudo kind of turns around and says, like, there's only one type of fighting, right? There's no such thing as fighting dirty. And he realizes that you're actually going to do this. You
Piper
see...
doesn't Piper kind of got lost in the fight, by the way. Piper does not realise how hurt Reed is.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And Piper's not going in for the kill. Piper would not try and kill Reed.
No,
anyway.
of course not. He sort of has his head down, and he's like, alright. Understood. And as you are kind of coming down on the top of his head to go for like a knockout type thing, he's going to look up. Eyes are going to slit into black circles. He's going to remove the vulnerability with one of the fear tokens and force you to reroll. You have never, by the way, seen his eyes do this before.
That's still a 12. That's still a 12 with hope. Do I get the hope from the first one, or do I have to lose that hope and get it from this one? Anyway.
You would
What's
lose it
12
from the
with
last
hope?
one, but you would gain it from this one.
Okay, so I'm at 2 hope, which is fine. 12 with hope.
Unfortunately, and I can show you his character sheet later, but I assume that you believe
If
me.
he has wings, he would have lost his wings by now. Wings only last for 1 attack.
He does. He does not have his wings anymore, which means his evasion is only a 13.
Oh, which is completely fine.
Uh,
Don't have anything I could pull off to, like, to save me from that, because the issue is I've used my rally dice. I'm just saying, and all my other stuff costs 3 hope, and I have 2. You know what I mean?
so the ability that he uses, Unseelie Eyes, is going to cost him 4 hope in order to use.
Oh.
It is a rough ability. But he is going to look up, and as those eyes sort of swirl with this dark underground magic, he is going to smile and go, Now you see me, and disappear. This attack that you go for just barely misses him. He reappears in the same spot. And is...
Can I mark a stress to activate wings again?
Yep.
There's no limit to using it, so I'm going to mark them. Okay.
And is
I use
going
a lot
to
of
go...
attacks. Piper's getting knocked out at the end of this.
Oh, absolutely. There's... I've got 5 fear tokens at this point. So, I
How
assume...
is everyone looking? I'm assuming, yeah, now that I hear that Piper's very close to getting knocked out.
That is going to be a 12 with fear.
Ah! Beats it. Piper with wings is a 12. Evasion.
He is going to gain a hope from that because of his Call of the Brave.
Stupid Call of the Brave. So that hits.
That does hit.
Gonna say, I think at this point now, seeing that Piper is like one blow away from getting out, I think Galathea's nature she just kind of more or less automatically steps in and takes the hit.
18 points of damage towards Calathea.
That's fair.
And
Do I mention if that had been one less, Piper would have survived that?
if he didn't have an ability that adds his level to his damage, you would have survived
Piper has
that.
enough armor to have brought it down to 14, right? And that would have brought it down to only taking 2 health. And Piper has 3 HP because of the song.
Yeah.
Left.
And he,
Because Piper pulled out every trick in the book.
comes in and uses a technique that you have not seen before, and goes towards you, aims high because of your wings. Calathea, you swoop in and take the hilt of a 2-handed longsword straight to the jaw. And just kind of reel back, and Sir Shirado goes, "That will be all. All 3 of you can head to the infirmary if you would like." You see Amelia runs up to you. And she goes, "Cool, so we're out of the fight now, right? We're out of the fight?"
Yep. It's fine. Did you like the music, though?
I loved it. You get more amazing every single time. She is going to use one of her Seraph abilities on you. Where is her healing hands? Make a spellcast roll, target a creature other than yourself. On a success, mark a stress to heal the target 2 hit points or 2 stress. She is going to make that spellcast roll. And she's going to crit. And so, yeah, she rolled 2 2s. And is just going to be like, cool, just, boom, just pumps this, like, huge amount of healing into you to heal you up.
How much does that heal?
You only had 3 taken out, right?
Yep, only 3 taken out.
Just heal yourself back up.
Okay.
She is going to make 2 more spellcast rolls. Crits again. on 2 10s and is going to heal up Reed and is going to heal up to 2 on Calathea.
Also, at
Fair.
the end of the battle, Piper looks to Reed with a smirk and is like, in a kind of joking way, not actually boasting, but like in a way that's kind of like it's in jest and stuff. It's like, be glad I just decided it would be a sword on sword fight. I could have thrown spells at you anytime.
Be glad that I decided this was a warrior fight. Oh,
Yeah, they just looks like his feet. It's like, not bad.
Sir
Like-
Sharito looks at you, Piper, and says, "You have a home here. Now, take your seat."
Piper goes and takes a seat with just with a polite nod, like a thank you polite nod, and then just goes and takes a seat.
Alexa, are you there still?
Yeah, look, I don't see
No one in the
uh,
chat.
There is
I see a
nobody in the
Bob.
chair. Let me see if I got a message.
Also, I messaged B with no context.
Yeah.
Just Piper fought Reed. Nothing else.
All
God, I
caps.
legit said in our group chat, you critted.
You said you critted, but you didn't say I fought Reed.
Because I wanted to make him me.
Yes, have you considered me?
But honestly, that could have gone either way by the end of that last round. Honestly.
I know they were dealing with stuff because I was messaging them before because they were deafened.
Sorry. Bob, you are...
No, I meant
Oh,
I was messaging
yes.
Alexa.
I'm sure that they'll be back at some point. In the meantime, Bob, you are summoned to the principal's office once again.
I'm
And-
more presentable this time.
Yes, very good. Principal Defendus welcomes you in. Hi.
Hello.
It must be nice to have regular visits to my office that are not as a result of someone being on the receiving end of your pranks.
Calathea kind of made sure I didn't do much pranks, sir.
She seems to be keeping you a bit under control, which is interesting. I didn't know that you had a control.
Once people become family, they can see my more controlled side, sir.
It warms my heart to hear you say that. And it
You know my past, sir.
absolutely tickles me to know that it's Calathea that is doing it. We had a bet going on during her first year, and she is losing. But in the best way possible. I am an optimist. Speaking of which, I'm also very optimistic in my own abilities. For instance, Tezek, and kind of fluttering out of one of the books. Yes. And you see the little visage of your ladybug friend.
Hi, Ladybug. Tezek.
Oh, hello there. What do I call you now?
Bob, I would like my name back.
Well, that is understandable. That is why your principal got a hold of me. However, and he just kind of looks towards Defendus, and he goes, "Yes, on a technicality, you have made a deal with the Fae, and it was an equitable deal. I am not here to renege on that, because there is really no way of doing so. However, I am here to oversee a new deal that can be made to make sure that I hear the fine print on it, and that my students are safe."
Okay.
You see that he says, yes, very good. I have heard that you have recently joined a certain club.
The baking club?
Correct. And that your friends, along with the leaders of said club, have begun an interest in baking with magical ingredients, correct?
Yes, I just found out this morning.
I am fascinated by the prospect of magical baked goods. So, if you give your word that you will produce a baker's dozen of the ingredient I'm about to give you,
Okay.
then I do believe your name can be added back into the typical lexicon, and of course given back to you as your title.
Am I allowed to have help with this? With my friend?
Hmm.
I can also put in something for you. Do you have any pockets in with the clothes you're wearing?
Well, I do, but you notice my size. The pockets are proportional.
Me just casually goes into the pockets and grabs out a tin can.
You're going to offer me a tin can?
No,
Okay,
I'm offering you something better.
I'm listening.
Would you like a pocket that's I also have, which is called a snack bag of holding?
A snack bag of holding.
Casually gives the card to Headmaster Defendus of the approved by.
He takes the card from you as he's watching this deal go down, and he goes, "Oh, good God, Rosalind's back at it again with the business. Okay. I mean, it's better than opening up an Etsy. I told her she's not allowed to open up an Etsy for magical objects. But business cards are fine as long as they were not given out while she was working."
This is.
And you just see Tezek is like floating by. He's like bobbing by his shoulder. Interesting. And you have an in with this Rosalind Weber?
Are you going to take his name?
No, I am not. I'm basically saying, you have a way of contacting this person and getting this item made for me.
Yes.
Go ahead and make a presence roll for me.
Okay. I need to actually go back to because my Firefox has been being a butt tonight.
That's why we use Chrome in this household.
Fuck Chrome.
Honestly, yo, fuck Google. I do use
100%.
Chrome, but also fuck Google.
That is I'm gonna grab the right dice this time. Where did that dice go? Here it is. $23, 24 with hope.
He looks between you and the card. An infinite pocket with which to store magical baked goods. You have yourself a deal. And he sort of flies down and extends a tiny hand to you.
I accept the.
You accept the hand. You shake this very incredibly tiny hand. He goes, Very nice doing business with you, Ashlyn.
Am I allowed help from my friend, though? You never said.
Yes, you may have help from your friend. As he
Okay.
sort of speaks your name into existence, the memories of your name become flooding back to you.
Ashlyn's back!
Hooray!
And because
No,
I
no,
can
no,
make
no.
this edit in real time, we are going to... Is that how you spell it?
Let me look. I'm also, remember, I currently am dealing with very, weird Chrome right now.
ASHLYNN?
ASHLEIGN.
Ah,
Ashlyn.
EIGN. Okay, cool. There you are. Your name has been returned to you.
After this conversation, I message Piper, like, hey, when we have the time, can we get a dozen... What was the ingredient?
He actually hasn't handed it to you yet.
Yeah.
However, he is going to hand you what seems like a very oversized berry. Red-orange berry with a small insect floating in the center like a pit.
Oh.
What the
He goes,
fuck, man?
yes,
What
this is a
table did you roll?
bugbane berry. Quite rare to come across, so hopefully you get it right on the first batch.
Gotcha. I message Piper like, hey, when I have time, we need to bake a dozen goods with a bugbane berry.
But is this one of the ones I would have read about during the thing as part of my project?
Yeah, so you're kind of on the you're kind of at the beginning of your project, so you know a bunch of different names of things, but haven't really gone into them super well. Bugbane berries definitely have come up. They are sort of Feyland berries that you know have very, very intense magical properties within them.
I've been just surprised with a sure. It could be my first time baking with magical stuff. Been wanting to do that, so
We can
Also-
work together.
and then because obviously of the wording, Piper's like, is it a normal dozen or a baker's dozen?
Am I still with Tezek?
Yeah.
Bakers or regular dozen?
The deal was baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen. I reply back.
Okay, thank you. Just so we know to be sure, of course.
I was waiting for you guys to make 12 and the deal to have been 13.
That is why
Now,
I did
The
clarification.
thing is,
I was like,
I
oh
could-
no.
Piper knows when it comes to cooking, and if a dozen, that can mean two different things depending on what you're. That can mean multiple different things depending on what you're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Because Piper bakes, so Piper's obviously going to ask that.
Fantastic.
Principal Defendus is like, okay, from what I've seen, this deal is amicable. I'm sure that you and your friends have the ability to bake wonderful, delicious treats with this bugbane berry. And we will have that package sent to you as soon as we possibly can.
Mhm.
Tezek kind of nods, very well, and lovely doing business with you.
You too. And I hope the pocket goes well for you.
I hope so as well. I can't see how it wouldn't. This all just sounds like heaven.
It has been. It was honestly one of my favorite projects I got to do my first year with the Artificers Club.
You know, I've heard about them making artificers into an actual class eventually. And you just see Defendus, it is something that we have been keeping in mind. Well, let's see if the teacher will stop maybe handing out cards to students long enough for me to maybe actually make a class out of it. I'll speak to them. It'll be fine.
Hooray! We fixed one.
That's not the first card I had to hand out today, sir.
He goes, "Are you employed?" Okay. Maybe consider, like, negotiating a salary if you're going to be someone's, like, you know,
They questioned the pocket. I had to give.
that's fair.
And Blue Spark has known about the pocket because I had to talk to her about it beforehand.
Yes, I've heard the rumors of your never-ending chocolates and popcorns.
Empty cans.
Hopefully, Miss Blue Spark will be happy to hear that you have gotten your name back once she is better.
Yes, I hope so too. She's been honestly a great teacher.
She is. I can't understand why anyone would want to go after her, but believe you, me, I will find out.
Thank you, sir. She's become like a mother to me.
Dismissed, Miss Ashley.
He just went dismissed after that.
He's like, I am so not the counselor here. Don't really know
Wait,
what to
the
do
school
with
has
that
a-
information.
Wait, the school has a school counselor?
You can literally go through, like, magical fey deals. Of course this school has a counselor. Because Defendus Academy respects the mental health of its students.
Yay!
Also, I bet there's a group chat for all of us. By the way, I can go by Ashlyn again in the group chat.
This is a name that, like, once you hear it, is like, it feels familiar to you again. And you know that something must have changed.
Hooray, we fixed Bob. I mean, Ashlyn.
I feel like their middle name is Bobby now. Like, I've never put the middle name.
I love that.
I'm like, it's Bobby.
Alex, now that you have returned.
How's the food, though?
Really crappy, honestly. This is the worst pizza crust I've ever had in my life. It's so bad.
Oh no.
It's a cracker. Like, wait, that wasn't a good example. Here, this. Like, this is what it looks like.
What's pizza?
Oh, that broke way too
Cracker.
easily.
Which company?
I
It's a
heard that.
cracker. I'm like, what is this?
What is I think Stoppy's asking, what's the company?
Oh, it's by Sauce. I don't think I've ever had it before. Will not be having it again.
Girl, I gotta make you homemade pizza one day.
My mom made
Yeah.
homemade pizza today. We had it for dinner.
But Alex, you head to your ranger classes for the day. Your ranger classes today actually take place a little bit later, sort of when the sun is just about going down.
May I actually request,
You may.
if you have a plan, let's do it, but I was thinking maybe I could go to the rogue classes.
Oh, yeah,
For
you
the
can.
sole reason of, like, figuring out the fact that, like, this thing was a rogue, like, possibly was in a rogue class or whatever, or, like, is... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure out what they did.
Oh,
in a
100%.
sense. Does that mess with your plans?
No, it does not mess up the plans at all. You head to the rogue classes. The teacher, Miss Abra, a small sort of goblin woman, and you also know to be the girlfriend of Miss Blue Spark.
Oh, I didn't know they were dating. That's so cute.
So you can see that she is a little bit distraught.
Mhm.
And she looks at you, and normally she would make a fuss about, like, you know, you're not in these classes or whatever. She
She's, like,
sees
the
you,
only one
says
that has-
nothing. She just gives you an immediate look of, like, you are welcome here.
Damn, that's unlike her.
Very. There are a couple of people that you notice here. One being Toby Locksplitter, that Piper met on the first day, sort of a cartographer's club making various maps and stuff like that.
Speaking of maps, this is what I've been working on today.
Whoa!
Oh, it's a work in progress because I can't draw castles apparently.
That's
but
so
just
pretty.
because they're talking, it happened to come up.
We're gonna feature that at some point. I want to feature like your art on like the BRB screen or something.
I'm so bad. But
No,
okay.
that is not bad at all. I love that.
An art slideshow
Pretty rough.
of the characters and
Did I
things
put
drawn.
you-
That'd be awesome.
You also notice Killian Prowler is here, the fungrel sorcerer that sort of runs the gambling rackets around.
Yes.
You also notice a friend. You notice a Clank in the back of the class by the name of Hector Junge, who notices you come in. Alex. Classification... Bard? Question mark. I assume not anymore, given your circumstance.
Nods along.
Have you decided to
Surprised,
change
but
your
not
major again?
Shrugs and kind of a... I don't even know if I'm sticking with this or what I'm sticking with in the first place.
Well, it is good to see you here.
Nods and a kind of sly way of like, thank you, you too.
I will hope that... How to say in a socially acceptable way?
Makes a face of, you're talking to me. Socially acceptable.
You see that he's looking at you, but is also calculating? So you don't know how much of his look
Yeah.
is actually look?
Right.
I have analyzed the current mood state of Miss Abra. She seems to be off-put. My suggestion to you is to maybe lower the amount of rule-breaking that you are known to accomplish.
Just by being here, I'm breaking rule. Like just being like kind of points at like this, and is like just by being here, and then looks at him and is like, okay, but I'll like tone it down, kind of.
Yes, lower does not mean zero.
Smirks at that.
Also, I do believe that our classes will be outside. Are you adequately equipped for the weather?
I'm actually currently wearing just a tank top. Currently, my jacket is still with Blue Spark.
One moment. And he will sort of go into the closet where they have their sort of cloaks and, like, extra cloaks. He will grab one out for you. I do not know if this is your size. However, the bagginess may actually aid you in sneaking.
Smiles. Kind of gives like a little wink of like, thank you.
He nods. And, you guys all head outside to the forest. As you do, and everybody is kind of meeting up outside, Miss Abra kind of, like, slinks back to where you are. She goes, I just wanted to say thank you for finding her.
Gives her a really soft smile. and almost kind of looks down, looks away. Surprised at hearing thank you. Because the only other person that I think has said thank you was Defendus, and even that was kind of like a throwaway. So this being a genuine thank you kind of throws Alex off a little bit.
Don't know what is going on, and I am trying to keep my emotions intact. That being said, I feel like I can say this around you. If I
Zips
find
my lips, like zips my lips, like I won't tell anyone.
if I find the person who did this, I will stab them until I cannot feel my own muscles anymore.
Nods along as like understandable.
I am not a I am not the highest level of spellcaster here in Defendus Academy. However, I know a flesh to stone spell when I see one. I teach the druid
My
classes
ears-
here as well.
My ears perk up.
I teach the
Like,
druid classes here as well.
no, not that. At the flesh to stone
Yeah.
spell. Like that's the name of it.
This is high level magic, and I have my suspicions. But the less said about that, the better.
Looks at her and is like, kind of gestures to the class as if to say, like, that's not. I was trying to say like that's not a rogue ability, and she said druid, right? Like I kind of clued into druid too. Like,
Correct.
I give her a face of you think a druid did this.
I think someone with the access to that ability did do this. That is the spell that was used, as far as I can tell.
Just kind of makes a gauge bar as if to say like what, like how high of a level.
Quite. I could, at my level of knowledge, I could probably do that spell if I had time.
Like it takes time. This is a curiosity thing of Alex's.
It requires
So
it requires magical reagents that take time to prepare in advance.
Looks but it's still an instant ability. It's just
It is an instant ability, yes, but
okay.
the things that you would need to create would mean that this has been planned for a while.
Right. I'm just gonna look up at her and just be like, saying basically like, have you seen her since it happened?
I have. I've seen her recently. I was the one to determine which spell was used. At the moment, I cannot help her, and I do not wish to visit her in her current state. It is not
Kind
good
of
for the mental health.
stops her and just says, but like you noticed she was sleeping.
Yes. Which means it must have either been done in her home, or she must have been induced into sleep. Those spells are fairly common. Students could do a sleeping spell.
Without being inappropriate, this is still my teacher.
Correct.
Just kind of like she said in her home. So, like, you guys weren't, like, she wasn't with you.
Yeah, she kind of gets what you're saying. We do not live together as of yet. It's been in talks, but we decided to hold the conversation until after the Gathering of Influence.
Gives a face of, well, maybe something to heavily consider now that this happened.
It is always better living with people. Yeah, it might. And you get the kind of look on her face as maybe she was the one that wasn't totally feeling the whole living together thing and might be reconsidering it at this point.
Like, kind of regret of, like, fuck, maybe if we were living together, this wouldn't happen.
Right.
Oh, stab.
And you see that she just kind of smiles. Now, Miss Everlock, if you wouldn't mind, I do have a class to teach, of which you are a part of. So, stay on the trail. Do not divert from the path.
Slyly looks at her and is like, but like...
And she sort of runs up to catch up with the rest of the class so that she can kind of lead the expedition.
Before she does, can I just catch her for a second and just say, fuck, dude. I don't know why today it's like so much harder than the rest.
She says, fuck, dude.
Fuck, dude. Alex's first words, guys. Fuck, dude.
Fuck, dude.
Just kind of... I want to get her talking about, like, for just a minute of this whole, like, ability that I saw this guy use. That was a shadow blend, whatever ability that was a rogue thing. See, like...
She looks at you and she goes, well, obviously you have missed some classes. So, if you would like, I could get you some early paperwork about the beginner's rogue classic abilities.
Like that same, like, level-wise, so it's like beginner then.
Super beginner, yes.
Okay.
When you choose how to divert your rogue abilities, it becomes one of the most easier things to do.
Just a nod of thanks, and I run up actually and start catching up with the group.
You do. You're sort of, your sort of general demeanor still kind of sticks to, like, the middle back of the class, but enough so that you can hear Miss Abra as she's talking about certain places to perch depending on body size and shape, places to hide amongst trees, amongst shrubberies, to take advantage of your size, to which she points at herself being very small. Give me an instinct roll.
Put the pizza box away.
Put the pizza box away, unless you plan on using it as a rolling tray. I wouldn't recommend that.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know.
You said instinct?
Correct.
6 plus 8 is 14, plus 1 is 15. I did math. Look at me.
You notice, kind of in the corner of your eye, because that's sort of how illusions work. Illusions work so that if you're looking at them head on, they look like what they're meant to look like. But if you're just sort of noticing out of the corner that the world doesn't look right, and there seems to be a path that Miss Abra and the class are not going down that seems to sort of shift in and out of vision.
The fuck? Real quick, my ping.
Your
Any
ping
chance that's even close
sends
to
you
it?
further down this forest. Like, straight ahead.
So the same way that I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Hector sitting right now?
Hector is, like, way up near the front.
Ah, fuck. Screw it. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and see what I can figure out. Hold on, let me see if there's anything that I can do. Is it, what time of day is it?
Sun is just setting.
Okay. Super weird. Okay. I'm gonna... Damn, I want to take Hector with me, but I can't. I'm gonna... It's against fudge nuggets. Oh, no. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna... Basically, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a puff of smoke that pops up around me. I'm gonna mark a stress. And I'm gonna have it resistance to the next damage I take. But
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking toward this thing.
You walk towards where you saw reality sort of shift out down this path. You kind of reach your hand up forward, and you watch very slowly but surely as the tips of your fingers begin to disappear as you push farther in. And of course, as like a reflex, you recoil your hand, and obviously your hand is okay. You could still feel the tips of your fingers, you just couldn't see them.
This is just in the regular forest?
Seems to be.
Like the North Forest?
Yep.
No one's around me?
Nobody.
I have Calathea's number.
You do have Calathea's number.
I'm gonna quickly text. I'm gonna text her something. It's just gonna be like, up arrow. Whoa, holy shit! I'm gonna make a mess. Girl, please move. That, and then it's gonna be trees, and then it's gonna be, sparkle. Sparkle. And is it like a road? No, that's what I'm gonna text you, Calday. And I'm gonna walk through this.
You are going to walk through.
Up Tree Sparkle Road.
Up Tree Sparkle Road. We're gonna cut away from you for a quick second. Because,
Give me a
Ashlyn,
chance to do that.
you have this big mental group chat up.
Oh yeah.
You feel Alex drop from the group chat. You can no longer mentally communicate with them.
Shit! message, guys in the group chat.
I just love that it's called a group chat.
Did I miss something? What is this group chat?
You have essentially like a mental chat link using Ashlyn's sorcerer abilities.
Okay, I missed that. I apologize.
Guys, we have trouble.
Piper and Calathea, you can also tell at this point that you cannot communicate in this group chat with Alex anymore.
Do I
I was like-
receive the cryptic message?
You receive the cryptic message and then almost immediately feel them drop out.
Fair enough. Would that be an instinct to try to decipher said cryptic message?
Instinct or knowledge, your choice.
Well, either or, they're plus zeros, but I did roll 2 12s.
Up trees, northern forest, sparkle, something magical. Road, probably some sort of magical pathway.
Fuck yeah! We love a crit!
The northern forest. Okay. Okay.
I
Probably
asked-
using
Only communicate with emoji shit. This has been so fun.
using my somewhat knowledge of the school as I've been here for a bit. This is probably the right period for the rogue classes to be going down.
I'll even
northern
say on a
forest.
crit, yeah, you know for a fact that rogue classes are going down at this point.
What just happened, I ask, in the mental group chat.
So the mental group chat, you just hear Calathea goes, Northern Forest now, and
Okay.
Do you
How
all
long
head
is-
towards the northern forest?
Yes.
that's what it is, right? Northern Forest?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Northern Forest. Rogues. And whatever Calathea was doing in the middle of, she just drops everything and brushes out.
I love how Ashlyn reacts like that.
Piper, do you have anything that you want to do before you head out?
Piper's just like, kind of like, okay, let's go. I don't know where Piper would be right now, but Piper just runs from wherever, no matter what is in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's just
Like,
say for
imagine-
convenience sake, you guys had a free period.
I most likely
would
have
basically
put
zip-
away the rare
it.
fruit and lock my door before I leave.
Sounds good. What's up, Piper?
I'm basically just like, basically, I'm making a Tinkerbell reference here. Imagine Vidya in Tinkerbell. You know, because she's a fast flying fairy. That's Piper right now trying to get to the northern forest.
Yeah,
Just like,
Ashlyn's leaping over people, like making sure.
you're just like walking with Reed, and he's like, "Wow, I never thought that you had that sort of ability." And you're, where the fuck did you? We'll talk later.
I most likely jump over Reed.
I guess I'll talk to what? Why do none of you move like normal?
Is
Oh,
Audrey
a few moments later, Reed sees Calathea
I
flying.
know.
Calathea usually never doesn't fly, so it just flies right past Reed. Just throw another one.
So cute. And
Hi, Captain.
And another.
Bye, Captain. Alex, stepping through this sort of illusory barrier,
Mhm.
you come across just the most beautiful sight of a massive log cabin with incredible smells coming from the inside of freshly baked goods, meats being roasted, a massive sort of apple orchard in the back.
Oh shit!
This cabin looks very well attended to, and it
Oh,
seems as if
fuck,
there is
you're-
someone inside at the moment.
The fuck? You're gonna do this right now?
I am the game master. I will do it whenever.
No.
No, 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 no.
So I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk out the. No.
I'm gonna say
Fuck you,
no to the
sorry.
cool
Fuck
cabin.
you. I don't trust it. No, okay, so I cautious. First of all, take a second, look around, like have a what the fuck moment. Look behind me. I assume I can't see anything.
You look behind you and you see Forrest.
Just cause I'm curious. Reach my hand back.
Reach your hand back, it starts to disappear.
Okay, so it's still there.
Yep,
Okay.
barrier's still there.
Let's start. I'll start walking up. Actually, no, it's fine. I'll be fine. I will walk up to the cabin.
This
lightly
log
wrap
cabin
it.
has multiple windows open with pies cooling on the windowsill. And you can go in and you see what seems to be an elderly woman, but moving at a speed that an elderly woman should not move.
Cool.
Is just like making sure the dishes are washed, is like going back and forth and preparing things for some sort of a supper.
Doesn't look familiar.
Doesn't look familiar at all. Sort of gray, curling hair, very kind of Golden Girls, but like if the Golden Girls were toned.
Okay.
This grandmama, she looked like she don't skip arm day.
Yeah, apparently. I'm just gonna debating if I want to like knock on a window, knock on a door. I think I'll just knock on one of the open windows that's here.
You see that she sort of looks around. Oh, hello there. Don't usually get a lot of visitors. Are you hungry?
Like, yes.
Yeah, hold on. And you hear her walk over to the door, sort of kind of unlock it and open up. Come, sit a spell. I must have traveled far. Or you must have strayed from the path.
Nods my head. Is that one?
Well, sometimes that can lead to a lot of very interesting discoveries. And sometimes that can get you killed. So, just, watch your ass.
As she says that, just like speaking of, I'm very cautious of what's happening right now.
Oh,
I don't know how much I trust
super
it.
understandable, weird cabin, illusory field. My daughter set that up for me so that I wouldn't be disturbed by any more.
Fuck, scared me. Dog. Rummages through. At that, excitedly, rummages through my bag, my little crossbody bag that I've got, takes out my drawing notebook, and actually just simply pulls out this picture.
He goes, "That's a wonderful looking drawing there. Unfortunately, my eyesight is not as great as the best it could be, but she looks very pretty."
I have a cloak on. I'm gonna put on the hood, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna gesture to the pies that she has.
A hooded cloak and straying from the path. Well, you and my daughter would get along so well. She kind of cuts a piece of pie for you and sets you down at a table. As you can hear someone coming in behind you.
I'm not gonna eat anything yet.
Of course.
But, okay, I turn around to see who's here.
Two people actually walk in behind you. One is a man, short, sort of short, spiky hair, very chiseled jaw, full beard. carrying, well, doesn't carry, but sort of has a hatchet, sort of strapped to the side of his waist. The other is a very beautiful sort of mid 30s to 40s woman, long brown hair, and a bright red cloak. She sort of looks over at you and goes,
I have my hood up right now.
"Grandmother, we have guests?" She goes, "Yes, apparently. We have many people who do not like to go where they are told." He goes, "Interesting. And you just welcomed her in? You know how many different wolves in sheep's clothing that there can be." And she kind of looks over and give me an instinct roll.
I don't trust anything that is happening right now, and I know you, Kira. You were gonna fuck with my head. Oops. Double 12s!
Double 12s. This seems like a perfect time for a crit to happen.
Oh no! Oh no!
You do not get a sense of dread or like a sense of you are not safe. Right? This is the fable you have read so much about. Standing before you are three people you have only ever heard in stories. The grandmother who was eaten, the girl in the red cloak who strayed from the path, and the huntsman who broke her free.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one character that obviously is missing from this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And despite the fact that you know who you are looking at, something very interesting, not worrying, but interesting, occurs as the grandmother sort of turns around to look at her granddaughter and smiles and said, "Trust me, sweetheart. Nothing gets past me." And you finally get a good look at the grandmother's eyes, which are a bright yellow and wolf-like. That's where we're going to go ahead and end today's episode. We're going to go ahead and pick back up when the group goes through the invisible barrier over to Red Riding Hood's house. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you guys like what you see, don't forget to hit that follow button. You'll be notified about when we go live doing games like this and Pokemon Tabletop Unite by our friend Dawn here. And hit the subscribe button over at the YouTube channel as well. If you're seeing this on YouTube, head on over to Twitch. You can see us live. If you're seeing this on Twitch, head over to YouTube and you can see the little mini catching episodes of PTU. Little exclusives that you're not going to see unless you are subscribed to both. So, until next time, everyone, as my players look at me in absolute disgust. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you by the firelight.